Hey there, you're listening to You Still Going On About That with Rob Israel and Joseph K. You can find us anywhere you could download podcasts. You could also find us on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook at YSGOAT. Thanks for listening. Usually it says that too.
Yeah,
So.
yeah.
Okay. You'll cut that in the beginning, right? Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. I'm Rob Israel.
I'm Joseph K.
You still going on about?
That.
All right, Joseph. We're back.
Yeah.
A day later though.
A day late.
Because Joseph doesn't give a shit.
Yeah, I was ill.
Yeah, he's a little ill. He doesn't have the vid. He doesn't have
No.
COVID.
No, I went to I went down to watch the Super Bowl with my family, and not in person, but like on television. And
But you went to Florida, right?
I
Oh,
went
I'm
to
sorry. Is that
Florida.
okay to say?
Yeah, no, I went to Florida.
Where no one vaccinates anybody anymore?
Exactly. And so there I was, leisurely waiting in a pool of brackish water, just sort of breathing in the
After a
microbial
session of
mist.
mudding.
Yeah. And yeah, no, I had a normal time. I didn't ATV or anything like that. And I came back and I was sick. I was pretty sick, and was not able to get my wherewithal yesterday. I'm still sick today, but I think I got a
You
little in
know,
me.
you brought up ATV.
Yeah.
One of Leah's cousins died on that.
Oh, I believe it. Yeah.
It was she was an adult, not a kid. She had kids. She had uh it's like super fucked up. I don't even know if I should even talk about this, but like, yeah, they go out mudding, ATV riding and stuff
Yeah.
like that. Fucking collide into a tree and died,
Yeah. That happens so often.
leaving like two kids. It was a like stable person. She worked, she had a career
Hmm.
like that, and yeah, that's super fucked up. And then like the it's like one of these like insanely tragic stories. Like, so
Yeah.
the the mom lost that kid. Like
Right.
years before that, she lost a son because of
Oh,
drugs, whatever, years of drugs. And then her husband died years ago from cancer. So it's like she
wow.
now the grandkids are there, but like it's fucking insane. You brought up the
Jeez, yeah.
ATV, and that's my whole like. I just think about that shit. I would never do that. Now, of course, you could say you can die like walking down the stairs,
Sure. Of course
you
you
know.
can. Right.
But I think when you do there are things that people choose to do,
Yeah.
like ride motorcycles,
Right.
skateboard in traffic,
Yep.
or just skateboard in general,
Yep.
ride a
Yeah.
19th century style unicycle,
Yeah. They
juggling in the middle of the
they
highway.
right, drive a penny farthing. Um
What?
isn't that what they call those bicycles with the giant
The
front
wings?
wheel and the little
Oh,
back wheel?
yeah.
I think that's called a penny
Have you
farthing.
ever seen one of those and like that's not like an old timey cartoon?
No, I've just seen them on The Prisoner, really. That's what like they that's what they used to drive around on that show, The Prisoner. Uh
I've never I never seen one of those in person. Yeah, you're right. I've probably seen it on like
yeah.
but
There's a
yeah,
kid around here that unicycles. And every time I see him, I'm like, you fucking psycho. Like, what possessed you to unicycle?
yeah, let me
Uh,
get on this thing that has no stability at all. Like
literally no steering,
if I
no,
stop for 1 second wrong,
yeah,
I'm done.
yeah, it is
They
just brute.
always have a hand, they always have a wax mustache. No matter who's right. It doesn't matter. And if you learn how to ride it, you will grow a wax mustache.
Yes.
That is
Yeah.
just a rule.
Well,
I
yeah,
should write the rules here.
ATVs. I remember when I lived in Florida, um, it was every year, a kid would drive an ATV into a canal and die. Like
Yeah,
every
you
like
told me that. I know it's not funny. It's
as sure as rain, it would happen. And I probably won't work now because I'm on the spot, but I'm just going to Google Florida ATV ditch
good.
canal death, and I'm going to then go to the news tab.
Too many to report. Too many articles to capture.
This
Yeah,
is, yeah. I mean, like, there's
plug
just
the
so
AI.
many. Woman dies after divers pull her from canal following ATV crash. My cousin, video shows Good Samaritans helping save woman after ATV crash. It's just like nonstop in Florida. Just brutal. Yeah. Anyway, so I was sick, and that's why we're doing it a day late. But I did get to.
Over that brackish water.
Yeah. I'll tell you though, when I was in Florida, it was warm. It was probably about 80 degrees, but that's like the really nice time to be in Florida.
Yeah.
But and you could probably go in the water in Florida, but once that water hits like body temperature and you're essentially swimming in I don't even call it water at that point. They just call it like a medium, like something in
Basically
which
become
things can
Oogie
grow.
Boogie from the Nightmare Before Christmas after being in the water for like a minute. Like it
Yeah.
will just be filled with all the worms. And you'll understand finally what Robert F. Kennedy is all about. It all makes sense.
It's
It's
weird.
a
Like
fun fact when you're a brainworm, his voice is as smooth as butter.
yeah, right. When I was in Florida, sometimes like water would accumulate in like a flower pot or something, and it'd be a certain temperature, and you could see the water twitch. Like literally it would like
Like
twitch. Like you could see
like
the things in it.
the ooze from Ghostbusters 2 that relied on hate and emotions.
It's like the opening scenes from Prometheus.
God, that. Oh, I'm scientist. Let me stare at this egg. Oh my God, it's like a penis alien.
Right.
Maybe I'll give it a little kiss on the lips. Ah!
Well, yeah. Anyway, okay, so I am a longtime Philadelphia Eagles fan. I got to watch the Philadelphia Eagles win the Super Bowl, but during the Super Bowl, there was a halftime show.
Well, before you get into
Oh,
the
okay,
list,
yeah, yeah.
even talk about what we were going to talk about.
Well, we have the halftime show.
Yep.
Talk a little bit about Captain America.
Oh, I mean, we didn't see it, so we're just going
10
to talk.
seconds.
Yeah, only 10.
Uh you
Captain
have
America takes up 4 of the seconds just saying the name. Captain America Brave New World is all right, we're
you
done.
you are now caught up with Severance.
Yep, 4 episodes in, I broke down and signed up at Apple TV and
Yeah. Oh, it's good.
yeah.
Yeah. You should also watch Sugar on
Yeah,
Apple.
I have that on the list. I have Whole. Was it Silo? I watched the first season. Is it Silo? I don't. It's the one
Yeah.
that like Rebecca Ferguson in it.
Yep,
I
Silo.
heard that like the second season isn't that good. I don't know. Maybe I'll check it out. If I'm super bored. But
I have not watched that, and my brother, who he's got like a good he likes genre TV, so he's got like a good sense. He does not love it. He's watching it, but he said it's not great.
okay.
And the Vince Vaughn Florida detective show is good. It's real derivative. It's just a Florida detective show, but
Yeah, I don't know. I think about that one. I could live without ever seeing it.
yeah. Anyway, so we're talking about Severance. We're talking
Too
about
much Mar-a-Lago, so he can go fuck himself.
yeah.
The inauguration.
We're talking about the recent confirmation hearings. Linda McMahon,
Yeah.
RFK.
Oh, I got one to add to the list.
Is it Tulsi?
No, Nancy Mace just being like
Oh
complete
yeah,
off her rocker. We could end with that, or
yeah.
just put that in the end. I don't know.
She's so weird. Like she's a weirdo.
She
Like
lost her mind, and she looks weird. She's like, there's something wrong with her. I think like there's nothing. Like this person needs fucking help. She went from being like this. I mean, fuck it. We're talking about it now. Take a.
yeah, yeah,
There's really nothing. I mean, see, this person tried to sell herself as this like new kind of Republican that was somewhat socially
yeah,
liberal and side of women. Did some bullshit answer on
yep,
abortion and all that. She criticized Trump. She would get invited on like non-Fox News,
yeah,
stuff like that. And then I don't know, the writing was on the wall. They tried like primarying her or whatever, and I don't know. They also realized she was like nuts. Stories of her like wanting to go into. She wanted on January 6th. She wanted to go out there and get someone to punch her in the face so that she could make a thing out of it. And
yeah,
her staff was like, please don't do that.
yeah. She's just a
But
weirdo. She's another one of
she
those talent agency Republicans.
She like completely she shifted super far to the right. She's a hypocrite and a liar. Like she's out there making Lauren Boebert and fucking Marjorie Taylor Greene look normal, which is quite
Yeah,
like she looks like she's not well. There was like stuff back, like there was video of her like doing shots and
yeah.
out thinking into like a very butch lesbian. Not like there's anything wrong with it.
No, but like her whole
Nothing
big
wrong with
thing
that.
now
The
is
point is
like,
though, when you run as this arch conservative and you're attacking like people in the LGBT, she like
yeah,
bullied that trans woman that came in like before
yeah,
she was even what do they call it when you
sworn in.
sworn in, this trans woman that won. She made it she Nancy Mace like attacked this person and made it that she could not use the fucking bathroom. Like made a big fucking scene about it. Like it was ridiculous. And
Yeah,
make it like this person's subhuman or something. And then on top of that, she just keeps constantly attacking trans people. She's like, a guy who was like an advocate went up to her and like shook her hand or something. And
yeah.
she claimed the next day or that day
I
she
remember that she had him
arm
arrested.
brace. She had him arrested. The guy went to jail. She claimed that he hurt her, and it's all in video.
Mm,
He didn't do shit. He literally, she's walking around like it's fucking married with children. She has like the fucking neck brace
yeah,
going to court. It's like ridiculous. But she did something recently. I don't even know. Like she said, it was like a quote in Congress or something, and she just sounded like a fucking nut. And they even said like you could see like Lauren Boebert, Martha Green behind her, and they're like, this girl fucking cuckoo.
yeah.
Uh, I don't know. I think there's something wrong with this person. I think they've like whatever. She's a ghoul, but
She
like
seems like she might though be having some sort of mental breakdown,
I think
which
though,
is sad if she weren't doing
when
it.
you do evil things, you start to look fucked
Yeah,
up.
that's true.
Like Marjorie Taylor Greene and Lauren Boebert are fucked up looking to begin with.
Yeah,
They
yeah,
look like villains already. With like Marjorie Taylor Greene's ogreish,
right.
caveman.
Lady Shrek.
Lady hey, do not insult Shrek's wife. That's a beautiful woman.
I didn't say she looked like Fiona.
Fiona chose, and even in her ogre form, she's a she's quite.
No, she looks like a Lady Shrek, not like Fiona.
Oh, like just a straight
Yeah,
up like
like Shrek in a
you don't
wig.
even
Like,
insult the handsome, good-natured Shrek, who's
yeah,
like an onion. Where you peel the layers,
mm,
But not Nancy Mace is like just the shell of the onion. There's nothing inside. It's
yeah,
like that first like crispy part of the onion. You know what I'm talking about? They don't
yeah,
come
yeah,
completely, and it's always like little hairs that you gotta like cut that part off too.
yeah.
She's that part of the onion.
I saw Christy Nome on TV the other day,
Oh, she's
the
another.
woman who
Oh,
shot a puppy in the face with a shotgun,
yeah,
and
fucking dog killer.
she looks like a Timu Barbie that's just been dipped in Vaseline. She is
Left out in the sun. Oh,
shiny and puffy and
yeah,
like
left it
so,
in a hot car in Arizona,
yeah,
right in the dashboard with no
right.
to like whatever that shit is.
She's
The
wearing a cowboy hat. She looks like like a toy. You know, she's
She
just
is
weird
bizarre looking.
looking.
She
She's like,
went if you look at photos of Christine Ohm from 5 years ago,
yeah, she
and you'll
looked
like
fine.
she looked like a normal lady, normal person. And I know you never mind. She looked like a typical person of that age,
Yes,
of her status. And then
right. From
I don't know.
that state. Yeah,
Yeah. So Trump, like, oh, you want to be a man? You gotta
right.
look like a fucking prostitute from Bulgaria.
Yeah, honestly.
And so she said, okay, give me the yeah. Homer Simpson used the shotgun. You had the setting on whore.
Right.
Makeup shotgun.
That was great. Yeah,
Yeah, you got shot in the face by Homer's makeup shotgun.
yeah,
Um, yeah, but the Nancy Mace thing's crazy. I just like you said, I think there is something
yeah.
wrong with it.
I think she's having a breakdown of some sort. Probably like she probably just like really, I don't know. I don't know but I do think she's having a breakdown. And I also think she's a fucking ghoul, and both
Oh yeah,
things can
she's
be
a terrible
true. You
person
know,
to
I
get.
mean, like,
No, this is
there's,
a horrible person, but like I do think there's something wrong. Speaking of, before we, I figured get this out of the way while it's still fresh in my mind. Did you see? Speaking of gross, and by gross I mean bodity bang, Gross. Supposedly, Kid Rock and Lauren Boebert are an item.
Ooh,
If you want a recipe for vomit,
yeah.
picture Lauren Boebert.
Wow. Yeah.
Like, Kid Rock's like, hey bitch, I heard you like Beetlejuice. I'm taking you
I
like Beetlejuice.
yeah, honestly, I that makes
All to
perfect
the bank,
sense.
the bank. What?
That's the thing. That's the only thing I've heard in the last 3 weeks that makes any sense at all is that those two found each other. It was,
Well, like supposedly they came out of a limo together. Nah,
wow.
come on. You know, you know, she's not with her husband anymore.
Mm, her
He
kid's in
like
prison.
he's like is he? No, I thought he got
I
away
have
with
no
it.
idea.
Doesn't even matter. Does she care? She probably doesn't even deal with her kids.
I did hear though that they've officially retired the name Come and Go.
Yeah, it's Maverick.
Yeah, because her kid got arrested at the Come and Go.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, so the statute of limitations went away because the name doesn't exist or something.
it's no more Come and Goes.
Yeah, sorry, there's no
Come and
coming
gone.
down. Yeah, no,
Uh,
a lot of them became Maverick already like months ago. Actually, I just went to a former come and go
wow.
to get gas. Gas has gone up, but that one was the lowest. So I was like, I'm gonna get there.
Yeah.
And we went in, Roger wanted candy, of course, and we went in there and I screamed out, I know where you really are. You can hide behind your Maverick name. Well, this is a place called
Yeah.
Congo where you go here and
Yep.
you come and
And
then
then
you go.
that's it. It's
I
all in
was
the
really
name.
loud, and you know what happened? Everyone in there was that guy who went like that,
Slow clap. Yeah.
and then everyone was clapping, and then "We Are the Champions" played. It was
Yeah.
beautiful.
Wow. That's
None of
America.
that happened.
That's
None,
my America.
absolutely none of that. Roger did get candy. That's the only thing I can confirm. There was not some lunatic coming in there going, you could hide behind this sheen of Maverick, but behind every Maverick is a come and
Mm,
go.
yeah. Woof.
We will still come and go. You will not. My dying last grip, dying last
Yeah.
wank.
Woof.
Sir, the that's not the right spelling.
Right. Yeah. Woof.
Well, where I come from, we spell "come" with K.
Yeah.
That's how the clan comes.
Yeah. Yeah.
They
I think
call
the
it
only time I've ever been
they
in a
call
come
it
and go
come.
was in Arkansas, I think. Anyway.
I never saw them until I moved to Colorado, and
Yeah.
for months, me and my son would drive by and just giggle.
That is like hilarious.
Yeah, I mean, it's not as good as tits and ass. The grocery store in Colorado called Tits and Ass.
oh, really?
Yeah,
That's funny.
yeah, really. Yeah,
Oh, well, I was going to say there's in
I'm kidding.
Florida when I went, I thought they spelled it funnier, like tits in, but anyway. But when
No,
I was in Florida,
that's
there
like
was
TITTSACS.
yeah, well, in Florida, there's a place on the beach that was a bait and tackle store. And they sell obviously fresh bait and tackle boxes and stuff for fishing,
Yeah,
but it was called Master Bait and Tackle. That was the name. It was Master Bait and Tackle.
did they know what they were doing, or do you
Yeah,
think
oh yeah, yeah. They played it up real hot, real hard, real hard.
real hard? That is the way they like it.
Anyway,
Yeah. So just keep if you want to like. So let's say like you're in public and you are like, you get that. Now this is for obviously dudes, really.
yes,
You get that accidental chub. You didn't want it, but it showed up. It's just sometimes it happens.
yeah, right.
Just think about Lauren Boebert and Kid Rock together,
Oof.
and you'll never have a chub again. Actually,
Right, yeah.
it's
Jeez,
like saltpeter.
right.
What was fuck? What were we what?
I think that was
I
in Porky's
remember
or something.
something where they were putting saltpeter in. It was like in a movie or something. They were like targeting like minorities or whatever, and like giving them saltpeter as like a way to, you know, basically.
I think that was in like a Porky's or
Oh
Revenge of the Nerds 2 or something. I think it was in one of those movies. That was a plot point.
yeah, Ogre's like, what is the saltpeter for? Well, Ogre, we want to make sure these nerds can't populate.
Yeah, he went to go put popcorn in the salt, and they were out, so he put saltpeter on it.
Yeah, Booger was burped and
Right.
saved the day. Or
Yeah.
all right, what are we
All right.
talking about? We
So we got
digressed a little bit.
the Super Bowl stuff. We got the Captain America stuff. We got Severance. We got these confirmation hearings. We got Elon Musk's appearance in the Oval Office. We got his weird little kid,
Yeah, his weird, creepy
that
kid.
fucking homunculus.
Yep.
And
One
then we
that he's gonna
got,
transfer his soul into in the next 10 years.
yeah, it looks like a Chucky reboot to me.
That video, the kid saying to Trump, "You shut up" or something.
That's real, isn't it? I mean,
It's
that's,
real.
oh my
It
God.
has to be. I'm gonna look it up now. It's
I've
gonna.
seen, I looked it up too, and everything I saw said it was real. I mean, like, uh, unfortunately, all social media platforms have removed fact checking, so it's a little difficult to.
Yeah, because Mark Zuckerberg said it wasn't cool, like his cool broccoli hair. What
Yeah,
did
right.
Elon Musk say to Trump? White House video goes viral. Musk's son tells Donald Trump to shush his mouth. Oh my God, this little kid's a creep. All right, whatever. I know.
Yeah.
I feel bad for Trump. I feel
Yeah.
like I don't. He's a garbage human, and we'll get into that later. Okay, go ahead.
And then we'll talk about Joe Rogan. We're
Sucking
talking
off
about
Elon
talk
constantly.
about some red state uh
Reality checks are
cuts,
they're gonna
reality
get.
checks, yep.
Yeah.
And then we're going to talk about potentially a Tesla contract at the end. We'll kind of wrap up with that one.
I mean, we could probably
Um,
just add that to the Elon part, but whatever.
yeah, yeah. That we may address that early. But
All right,
that's it.
so
And yeah,
if you like, well, I guess we'll start with the Super Bowl.
yes.
I didn't barely watched it. I found out from the Rizzler on TikTok.
Yeah.
Rizzler and his dad said that you can watch the Super Bowl on Tubi, so I didn't have to like
Yeah.
sign up like I always would do for a free month of YouTube TV to get television. And
Right, right,
Tubi's owned by Fox. I think that was something people were pointing out. They're like, because people were like finding it, and they were finding lots of movies, and you could watch, and there's ads on it. It's not too bad though. They don't like
right.
not a zillion ads.
I've
So
used Tubi before. Yeah.
Pluto was awful. Pluto, I remember me and my son watched a movie on Pluto, and it was like the
I
ads were
think
so.
I watched Miracle Mile on that when we were talking about Miracle
It
Mile a couple
wasn't
of years ago.
Tubi. It was like an app that Walmart owned, and it was started with like a V or something. It wasn't Tubi.
Oh yeah, you're right. It was like Bud Zoo or something or
Bug Zoo. Yeah. It was the
Fort.
what's the Walton's nutsack? The
Well, anyway,
Walton's come and go. It was
yeah,
yeah, no, so thanks to the Rizzler, chunky 8-year-old kid and his dad told us we could watch the Super Bowl. My son only wanted to watch the halftime show. We kept it off watching commercials. And that was it. But so I didn't even see all the commercials, but I watched the halftime show. I feel like I've been hearing, I never heard Kendrick Lamar. I guess I
yeah,
knew some of his songs just from being like going to
yes, being
playing in a band.
aware. Yeah,
I didn't know it was his. All I would ever do is see people like talking this guy up, siding with him with the feud with Drake.
well, he won a Pulitzer Prize too. He's like one
Yeah,
of the
no,
few.
he's
Yeah,
supposed to be really good. And I didn't know much about him, but like, I wasn't like blown away by it just because I think he was like so hyped up. But
right.
then no, I wasn't really paying attention anyway. But
It's
I
not.
read up about it and basically said like how it was like actually like a good sting at like what's going on in
It
America.
was subversive. I think. I think
Having
it.
Samuel Jackson being Uncle Sam, which was kind of
Yeah,
interesting. Um, what was her name? Uh,
SZA.
no, this the one of this the
Oh, Serena Williams.
yeah, Serena Williams. It was like dancing. I guess she got quoted. She said that her being on TV, well, she was there the whole time, but her
Yeah,
being
yeah.
on TV dancing for 10 seconds was her favorite thing she's ever done.
Huh, good for her.
I guess she dated Kim. No, no, she did. She date Drake or
She
something?
dated Drake. Yes.
Drake will always just be the kid from Degrassi
Degrassi.
who got paralyzed.
Yeah, yeah. I
That's all Drake will ever be to me. I remember when I was working on this place in Chico, and this one guy who was younger than me, and he was like really into like rap and stuff, and he was just talking about this guy Drake and like how good he is and badass he is or something like that. And then he showed me who he was, and I'm like, the guy from Degrassi,
yeah.
you think is a badass? The fucking actor on a Canadian TV show?
Right.
No. Yeah, sure, he's talented, but you're not gonna sell me that he's this like hardcore
Yeah.
rapper or something.
That's funny. I mean, I watched the halftime show too, and I rap just isn't my thing. Like I don't dislike it by any stretch. There's plenty of rap songs I do
I thought it
like.
was fine. I just, you know.
It's just it's not it wasn't for me. And that's fine. I mean, I liked it and kind of admired
Well,
it.
I just like, I read up on it and stuff like that. And I was like, I gotta find this guy's YouTube channel. I watch his videos sometimes, and he brought up a good point about he liked that Kendrick Lamar didn't take it too far. Like you said, it's subversive.
It was very clever. It reminded me, not exactly, but like All in the Family was popular with a lot of people, but also subversive, and it made pointed liberal remarks, but it was never like it was sneaky about it to some extent.
Yeah, it wasn't like hitting you over the head with a mallet or something.
Right, right. Like,
Unlike what happened to Chazmo in the
right, right.
commercials, thanks to Tim Robinson. Is that his
Oh,
name? Yeah.
I can't believe that was a commercial. It was really, really funny.
Well, they're again like traditionally what happens now in the Super Bowl is the ad's usually like 30 seconds, and they'll tell you like you want to see the full ad, you watch
Right.
it on TikTok or watching on YouTube, and like so that ad is like way longer. And same thing like they'll show like they showed it the Thunderbolts trailer, but I think they only
Yeah,
showed like 30 seconds, and it's like go watch the full 2 minute trailer on you know
yeah.
YouTube or something. That looks good. Thunderbolts looks
I
awesome.
think that looks real fun.
Especially if
And
they're doing the Sentry. That's gonna be crazy.
yeah,
That's who that guy is who's flying around and shit. Like
right.
I like Bucky washing his I've seen that clip before, but him washing his arm in the dishwasher.
Yeah, that was good.
Yeah, I
Um,
think that would be dishwasher safe, but
yeah.
you know.
I don't know. The whole show looks real fun. I
It's
like
also
Florence
not
Pugh.
it's not it's like a comic book character.
Yeah, the whole show looks really fun. Um,
Movie?
what?
The movie. It's not a
Yeah.
show.
Oh, yeah. I mean, the whole movie looks really good.
Yeah, no, that looks like it's gonna be good. What else was there? There's a Jurassic Park trailer. Did you see that one?
Yeah, is that the one with Scarlett Johansson?
Looked all right. It
Yeah.
looked interesting. I like some of the dinosaur designs. It looks like they're going a little wild with it, but I just
Yeah.
there's not been like okay, so the first one's like okay. I read the book. I was already like 15 or something when I saw the first one.
Yeah.
Felt like they babied it up a little bit. Like there's people who love it so much, but I'm like, yeah, because you're like 5 years younger than me or 10 years younger than me. You saw it when you were a little kid.
Right.
They would like imprinted on you more. Me, I was like, they kind of sanitized the book. They left out like the book is like more horrific than the movie was.
Oh, yeah.
Super
Yeah.
horrific. And there's like a bunch of changes. Like I remember I hate it. Like, oh, now the T-Rex fights the Raptors. Whatever. I don't know. And then the second one sucked.
Yep.
And the third one was like, all right. By that point, no one gave a shit. And then they kind of went away for a while. There was supposed to be a fourth one, and they were gonna do like like human
Dinosaurs in.
dinosaurs. And like
Oh, okay.
you look it up, there's like concept art. It's pretty wild, actually.
Huh.
Part of me is almost like, I wish this movie was made because it was so fucking weird. And they kind of touched on it a little bit in Jurassic World with Chris, what's his face? The guy,
Yeah.
Guardians of the Galaxy.
Right.
Him like being a raptor trainer or whatever, or
Right. Right.
a raptor wrangler. They kind of touched on that because the plan was in the fourth one, like the raptors would become like super soldiers or something, and there was like all these like kind of crazy like human dinosaur hybrids, and it like if they made that movie, I don't know, it would have been crazy. Like
Yeah.
Like part of me's like wishes they made that movie. It probably would have been so stupid. Um, but yeah, then they brought back Jurassic World. Like, I don't know, it was like a good 10-year gap, maybe more
Right.
between movies. And the Jurassic World was decent. I enjoyed it.
Yeah, that was the one with Bryce Howard,
Yeah,
right? Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Then I saw the second one in theater, and that one was terrible.
I did not see that one.
It was awful. The only thing I liked about that movie was there was a cool scene where they showed that they were like auctioning off like dinosaurs to like countries to use as
Oh
weapons and
Lord.
shit. And they touched on that. I'm like, I want to see that. I
Right.
don't.
That's the movie I want.
Yeah. And then the third one, they kind of promised that because something happens in the end. The dinosaurs get out and they're like in the world, like they
Right.
and I don't know. I just remember putting it on, being really bored. I never finished it. I heard it wasn't very good, but I don't know what the deal with this one is. I don't know if they're like gonna do this whole reboot of like none of the like kind of like what they do with Halloween every 20 years.
Yeah.
Halloween movies you saw, those don't exist. This is the real sequel to the first Halloween movie. Laurie Strode,
Yeah. I hate
97
that
years
shit.
old. She's gonna be 97 fighting 100-year-old Michael Myers. No, she's gonna be fighting Mike Myers actually this time. Laurie, the comedian, actor, Mike Myers, and he's
Right.
gonna play 12 different Michael Myers in the movie.
Yes. Plus the love guru.
Yeah, he's not. He's gonna make sure you like that character no matter what. You are not getting out of this.
It's gonna revisit that.
There
Um,
was a show on Netflix. I don't know if you saw that one. It had like a weird name. It was about conspiracies and shit. And he's in that. And he plays like 12 different characters.
oh, I did not see this, but I remember hearing about
Pentagram,
it. Yeah.
it was
Right.
super fucking weird. And I was like thinking about though, I'm like, this was probably like a plot to Austin Powers 4 that never got
Yeah.
off the ground. I feel like that's probably what that was. Yeah, it's a weird movie. A weird TV show.
Yeah. I read this big article a couple of weeks ago. This singer Matthew Sweet, who
Yeah, I
had a
don't.
couple
Yeah,
okay,
he's like sick, right?
yeah, he had a bad stroke or something,
Yeah,
and he's very debilitated. He had gained a lot of weight. He looked pretty rough, but he had some great music back in the day.
yeah.
Anyway,
I remember him. There was some. Yeah,
he did Girlfriend, Sick of
yeah.
Myself.
Yeah, no, I
So
know.
anyway, he was in a band. It was him and Susanna Hoffs from the Bangles,
Okay.
and they started a band with Mike Myers, and they all appear as a band in Austin Powers. And anyway, the whole article was really interesting, but it was about like how the idea for Austin Powers started as like an offshoot of this band.
Oh, that's
And then yeah, and anyway, but I could see Michael Myers like not giving up a stupid idea he had 40 years ago, and like yeah,
not the. Remember, you ever see Baby Driver? That movie, Baby
yeah,
Driver.
yeah, that was good.
That best part is in the beginning when they get mass and the guy brings Austin Powers mass. They said, "Get Michael Myers mask for us, like
Right.
type of mask," and he came back with like Austin Power mask. So
Yeah.
funny, but it's brilliant. Um, yeah, baby.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, the Love Guru is one of the worst movies ever made. There's one good scene in that movie, and that is Vern Troyer's office, which is built to scale to him, and it's crazy when you is visually stunning when you see the scene. His
Yeah.
everything is built to scale to him. He wasn't just like a dwarf. He was very small. R.I.P.
Yes. Yeah, yeah.
R.I.P. Kisses to heaven, Vern
Yeah,
Troyer.
they said he was roughly the size of a fire hydrant, is what I've heard. He said, I mean, like if
Yeah,
a
he was
fire
like under
hydrant,
three. He was like under 3 feet or something.
yes, yeah,
I remember when he
like
was
an
on the
American
surreal
fire
life.
hydrant.
I
Like
don't know if
it's
you ever
just,
seen that. The surreal life. It was like really sad, and
I
he
saw
was
that.
drunk. Did you see he was like drunk and he was riding around his little like rascal? He made
Yeah.
a thing.
Was Vince Neil on that and Corey Feldman
I think that
and
was the same season,
yeah,
possibly. I don't know. It's all a blur at this
that was
point.
sad.
Yeah, poor. But yeah, everything was built to scale to him, and then everyone had to squeeze into the office, so everyone just looked like they were like giants.
Right.
The most brilliant part of the movie. The movie's garbage, one of the worst movies ever made. But that scene should be in the what's that
Yeah. The
museum in Washington
filmmaking clinic.
filmmaking clinic, not a filmmakers museum or a clinic.
Nah, like a clinic. I heard too, I read a big article where they said Donald Trump applied to USC film school and got rejected.
Oh, he's always wanted to be like. in like movies or something. Now he's in the best role ever.
Yeah.
Elon Musk's bitch.
Right.
Okay. Or I guess Elon Musk's son's bitch.
Yeah, that's hilarious.
So I'm trying to think if there was any. Oh, there was some. I didn't see the commercial. There's like a weird commercial with Seal as a seal. Supposedly
That was unsettling. Yeah.
one of the biggest complaints people said that they can tell is that a lot of these ad agencies are using fucking AI.
Yeah, it's
Using
gross.
AI to write their fucking ads, and they're using AI to make their ads. And I guess wasn't there like I didn't see it. Didn't fucking Kanye make an ad where he's in the dentist
Oh,
as
I
a
didn't.
weird ad that he paid for? I don't know if it. I'm not
I
sure. I
don't.
think it aired during the Super Bowl, and the ad took it to the website, and the website he was literally wearing like a white shirt with a black swastika on it.
I know he put up in his store. That was the only thing he was selling is a white
Yeah,
shirt
the
with a.
link supposedly that is mentioned
Oh,
in
okay.
takes you to that site, and that was the only thing he was
And
selling
then
was.
Shopify shut down his vending service or whatever. Um, I'm surprised Trump didn't have the DOJ go after Shopify
Yeah,
for
or
that.
fucking JD Vance. You see that JD Vance defending that little Nazi kid that worked
Yeah.
for Musk?
You see the Attorney General of Missouri is suing Starbucks because he said they don't hire enough white men. Real thing. If I were Starbucks, I'd stop selling coffee in Missouri. How much do you think they make in Missouri a day? Like
I mean,
$30?
Missouri has a major city in it, though.
St. Louis?
Yeah.
I'd I'd call it a day. I wouldn't sell
Yeah, I
anything.
don't think that's gonna happen. I would just ignore this idiot and say,
Yeah,
we hire are white men coming here to get a job here?
yeah,
I'm not turning them away. Are they showing up?
right. We got strong backs.
Go work in the
Soon.
coffee
Yeah.
bean field. The fuck
Well,
out of
anyway,
here. I hate those
it's
fucking people.
gross.
Such a
Um,
like it's such a stupid bill. Ooh, I'm gonna make a bill. I'm gonna make Starbucks hire specifically 48-year-old white male who might not be the same age as my cousin who needs a job.
yeah. I mean, it's
Why won't you hire I need to get my cousin out of my house. He's sitting on the couch. He refuses to fucking leave. I told him to get a job. And he told me that Starbucks won't hire him. I'm
right.
putting an ad. I'm going to put an ad into Congress. Not an ad, a bill. Sorry. Not
Yeah,
because he's just advertising Starbucks in a way. He's
yeah.
promoting Starbucks in some weird way. And this is get my cousin, my 48-year-old loser cousin, a job at Starbucks. Because he told me all the Starbucks in Missouri will not hire white men. I'm taking his word for it because I'm a fucking idiot.
So gross.
It's just
Um,
that would be really fun if that would, like that's pretty much it. It's like
yeah. I don't go to Starbucks that often, but like
I haven't had Starbucks in I haven't gone to a Starbucks in years.
my daughter likes Starbucks, so I have to go to Starbucks
Yeah, but
often.
he's getting like fucking those like ice cream drinks.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Do they have caffeine in them?
Some of them do. Like some of them, if are made with tea or
I was
but
gonna
most of
say
them
that
don't. They're like fruit
they,
drinks or
they
something.
shouldn't be drinking that. You could stunt your growth, but I think your daughter's height.
And
What
kids
is it?
real tall, yeah.
Yeah, I don't think if anything, you're probably like, I don't want you to get taller. Actually, take up
Take
all
a
the
give
caffeine.
an
Can
extra shot in that. Get an extra shot.
yeah, eat shave an inch or two up. Make sure you don't get weird tall. You all
Well,
know what weird tall is, right?
yeah,
Weird
yeah,
tall is like, all right, you know, I'm only shy of 5'8". I wouldn't mind being close to 6 feet. That would have been nice. Whatever. I would say like anything above 6'4", you start entering the weird tall
yeah.
territory.
You die a lot earlier too if you're that tall. You do, seriously.
I look at like 6'5" guys who look down at me, and I tell them, and I look up at them and go, "Hey, buddy, all I have to do is wait."
You're not. It's like how big dogs live less than small dogs.
Yeah, yeah,
But it's just there's too much for them. Their body
yeah.
can't handle it all.
Too
Plus, the
much
world's not
mass.
made for them.
I
You
That's
know.
why I lost 60 pounds to
Hmm.
have even more edge over anyone over 5'8"?
Yeah. I'm like six
You're all
one.
gonna
I'm
die.
like
What?
I'm 6'1". I'm like very, very aware of this. I have to like
You'll be okay. 6'1", I think, is a
I
safe.
think that's normal tall, I
Yeah, that's
think.
normal tall. Like I said, anything above 6'4", you're starting
Yeah.
to enter the weird tall territory.
Oh yeah. You
Not
have to
an
like
insult to you freaks out there that
yeah, if you're over 6'4", you have to like go to a special tab when you're buying Amazon clothes and stuff. And like there's special stores where you can get your shoes.
we used to
Uh,
talk about this in the in Pal Jobs. I remember having this conversation with this one guy. And we talked about this with deadly serious conversation about this. Only in clothing, in the textile industry, clothing
mhm.
industry, which I have years of experience in dealing with.
Yeah.
Um, where an extra small will cost the same in the store as a 2XL,
Yeah.
which when you think about it is pretty
Right.
fucking nuts.
Yeah.
Because now I think from what I remember, anything 2XL might be like a dollar more usually once you start getting into like the
Yeah,
four.
that's true. When you order online, sometimes they'll say like extra dollar extra for 2XL or 3X,
Yeah, and
something like
also
that.
shipping might be more because the weight,
Yeah.
but even think about that. Like that's still only a dollar.
Yeah. It is
There's
kind of
no
crazy.
way that dollar is capturing all that loss.
Well, it's like yeah, that's true.
I
Yeah.
said that only in the textile industry. Go buy a fucking TV.
Try that with an order
That's
of fries.
yeah. Well, sometimes McDonald's might have that like dollar fry or like free fry
Yeah.
in the app, and they're like, "Oh,
Free Fry Friday.
what size are you to get, fat boy?" And I'll say XL, you fuck, because
Entree. Entree.
entree. I want fucking trough size. No, but I always found that interesting about like the clothing industry, especially like things like denim and shit like
Yeah,
that.
that is weird.
It's just,
Huh.
I mean,
Yeah.
I think it would create more problems. There'd probably be like too much overhead to figure out, like, okay, XL costs this much, and you know what I mean? It's like
Yeah, that is true. Yeah.
it's almost cheaper just be like, here you go, fucking just take it. Just take it.
Right.
I would imagine they make less of a quadruple of a 4X.
Yeah, and honestly, historically, maybe they'll change it in the future because historically it was probably like pretty unusual to need
Even in an
two
XL.
XL, yeah, or an XL or whatever. I
Yeah.
remember like when I was a kid, like seeing XL and being like, wow, that's really large, you know,
One of the
and
stores we would sell to when I worked at the salon of the company, it was t-shirt, mostly t-shirts.
mhm.
And oh, there we go. Sorry, my battery was dying.
uh,
Um, it was like a big and tall type place. It was
yeah,
mostly very large people, and we would sell them like we call them like generic shirts, kind of like fuddy one-offs or something
yeah,
like
yeah,
that. They were like, "Do not like I love bacon" or something.
right,
Don't. They're not like you can't sell them that stuff. They're very sensitive when it comes to that.
yeah,
I say,
right,
oh, I'm like bullshit. I bet there'd be people who would be like, "Yeah, I love bacon," like they buy that
right.
shit up.
That's true. Yeah, people
Why do you think
people
I'm in
do
this fucking store? Because I love bacon.
like making bacon on the beach.
Yeah.
Well, all right.
See this hat I'm wearing? What do you think is under it? It's bacon. I'm cooking bacon under my fucking
Under my
sweaty
trucker
hat,
cap,
my trucker
under my no fat chicks trucker cap that I got at I got at Spencer Gifts in 1986
hat.
during the
God,
enlightened
man, I
era.
remember going into Spencer's when I was a kid. Parents just
Yeah,
that was
those
when
were rough.
Spencer's was all gross. Like now, like all the weird shit's like in the back.
Yeah,
Spencer's, but like when I would go there as a kid, I'd be looking at like Pita's pasta, the fucking like seeing shit.
right. Yeah,
Fuck, they're like, yeah, some 8-year-old fucking kid just like, giggle.
yeah. It is weird. They used to have like you've said before, like they're just grossly inappropriate clothing, even in front, like not in the back area, but like the what was it, Big Johnson? Was that the name of the t-shirt?
That was a big thing in the early 90s. No,
Big Johnson.
Johnson.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's like this nerdy guy, and it's like just shitty drawings, girls with big jugs, and like,
Yeah, it was like hyper masculinity and like body shaming and like it's just like every like
body.
it was all this gross stuff. That's like what anyway. All right, I'm getting off of that.
Well, no, I know we're digressing a bit, but
Yeah, yeah.
it would just be like, here's this like skinny twerp with glasses, but they didn't care because he had a big old
Right.
hog,
Yeah.
or
Yeah.
he had a shirt that said he had one.
Right. Yeah.
I would
What was the
imagine
one?
that the people who had the big, an actual Big Johnson didn't wear the shirt.
Yeah, right. I doubt it. Like like I
Naturally.
I had a ton of Spuds MacKenzie shirts, but I didn't even like Budweiser.
I
Like
remember having as a kid a knockoff of Spuds MacKenzie. Like, how
yeah.
pathetic is that? Like, we in my when I was a kid, we couldn't afford Spuds MacKenzie and
We
Power
had
at the disco with
Taters
Snoop
McDoggity.
Dogg.
Taters
What?
Taters
What?
Taters McDoggity.
Taters McDoggy balls. Tater. We couldn't afford Spuds MacKenzie. All we could get was, I don't know,
Yeah.
fudge. Fudge McReady. All right.
I
Well,
had Gumby shirts from Spencer's. I had like every dumb product they made. I had, I think, for a little while.
yeah.
Yeah.
Uh,
Anyway.
I guess we could just talk about Captain America now.
Yeah. I look. I
We
want to
didn't
see
see
it.
the movie. I'm hearing it's not getting the greatest reviews. I don't know. I still want to see it. I don't care.
Yeah.
Like a lot of
I
storylines that supposedly get kind of taken care of in this, like lingering stories. Like there's plots from like the Incredible Hulk movie that came out in 2008. That is like,
wow.
um, and then there's the thing from Eternals,
Yeah.
when that they stop the what are they called, Celestial, from being birthed and destroying the planet.
Yeah. You see that big image. I've seen that on the.
So the big plot, from what I know, I didn't see the movie. This is just what I heard. So could be considered a spoiler, but who gives a shit? This is how they introduced adamantium
Oh, nice.
into the MCU.
Yeah.
Because and that's what like the plot is. All these countries are trying to take claim of this because it has this new resource, this
Right.
powerful metal, and that's supposedly like the plot of the movie. And there's more to it than that, but I don't know. I want to see it. I heard some. I think that from what I hear, this is considered like the last of the COVID Marvel movies. What that means
Okay.
is like a lot of the movies that came out during the time when they were in the middle of filming COVID, I guess during COVID, was a lot of scenes that were mostly like done on kind of like how they made The Mandalorian, like the
Yeah.
cold room where it's like that was a big complaint about Ant-Man Quantumania, that it looked too much like that a lot.
Right.
I don't know. Uh, But my issue with it is just like, okay, so in 2019, Endgame comes out, and that's when you see spoilers for that movie. Man, fucking
Right.
too bad. Um, Steve, like at the end of the movie, you have Steve Rogers. They give him like he has to return. He's gonna return everything back
Yes.
in time. He has to go into each time. They set it up, and at first it was like, okay, to us it'll be like he could be gone for who knows how long doing this, and he'll just come back like immediately after. And they notice he doesn't come back, and all of a sudden you see an old man sitting on like a bench, and it's Steve Rogers. At first it was kind of funny. He looked like a mix between Clint Eastwood and Joe Biden.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I don't know, like how was it? Did they do it with makeup? I don't even know. It was really well done
Oh.
though. It
Yeah.
almost looked like they got a different actor, but it was Chris Evans.
Yeah. Yeah.
Uh, and you find out basically he went back in time. He was with Sharon Carter, or whatever her name is, uh, and he hands him the shield, and that's how they set it up. He gives it to Falcon
Right.
from
Yes.
Captain America, and then Falcon Winter Soldier was supposed to come out a year later, but because of fucking COVID and everything got delayed.
Right.
We didn't see Falcon Winter Soldier till like mid 2021.
Yeah.
Yeah, so like 2 years later, we finally got that, and then it's revealed, and that's when the end. And the whole plot was just like him going like, "Oh, I don't know if I could be Captain America." And then we're introduced to that guy who was the Captain America in the past, which is from a comic. I forgot what it's called. It's like something first red, white, and black or whatever, and it's about
Hmm.
like Isaiah Bradley, where they
Right.
tested it on black people first before they gave it to they gave it to Steve Rogers, which kind of from a historical standpoint, that sounds like something they would have fucking done. Um, but in the movies, they kind of changed it. He's like Captain America in the 50s, supposedly. And he's supposed to be in this movie also. Um, and that's when he realized, like, okay, he decides to be Captain America. He's in the suit in the end. He finally takes on the mantle, Captain America, the Falcon, you know.
Right.
And then like, okay, great. Now fast forward fucking 4 years later, we're finally in
Yeah.
the movie. Like you didn't even get him like showing up in cutscenes or something in the end credit. Like,
Right.
fuck, like he should have been the one that Shang-Chi, like,
Yeah.
he goes to the Shang-Chi beats in the end. And he says, I heard about you. I'm starting a new Avengers outfit.
Yes. Right.
I
Yeah.
want you
That
to
would have
join.
made perfect sense.
He should have been like in every one of those fucking movies, like shown at the end recruiting new Avengers. Like, fuck, what
Like
other?
Samuel L. Jackson from the original.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
You just have him like kind of recruiting Avengers. They kind of did that in the end of the Marvels though, with what's her face, Miss Marvel, and
Yeah.
she still like fuck the girl Hawkeye, Kate Bishop,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
she's like starting a team, and it's done cheeky because it's like similar to Nick Fury.
Right.
Um, but that didn't go anywhere, and who knows? That'll probably never go anywhere now.
Yeah. Huh.
But it's just like I don't know, like COVID kind of obviously screwed up the momentum of a lot of the Marvel stuff. The writers and actors strike really messed up.
Yes.
That delayed a lot of shit too. That's why we only got one movie last year, which was Wolverine Deadpool. And
Right.
then, we had a shitty Sony movies, but I think and the problem with those Sony movies, and let me say, I feel like they hurt all superhero movies. Because
Yeah. I
someone
agree.
will go see something like Madam Web or fucking Crave the Hunter, and they'll be like, you know what? I don't like these. I'm done with these superhero movies. And then you could put out an amazing like Superman, like James Gunn Superman could be fucking awesome, but people could be like, eh, I saw too many.
Yeah.
I saw this and I saw that one. I don't give a fuck about
Well,
Superman.
and movies are expensive, and you only have so
Yeah,
much, and um, yeah. I mean, life
Crypto
happens.
is that dog though is in the Superman movie, so I
Yeah.
feel
He's
like that's gonna be
adorable.
it just because of the fucking dog.
Yeah.
Um, and I'm glad they went with a fluffier version, not the
Yeah.
more Spuds McKenzie like party
There's
animal.
that one scene too where the little Appalachian girl's like, "Can I pet that dog?" And she says,
Wait, what?
"Do you remember that thing on TikTok where that little girl's like, "Can I pet that dog?" And the mom's like, "Only bear," and it's a bear, like a fucking bear had wandered
No,
into
I
the
didn't see
backyard.
that. That's
Oh, that
funny.
was
No,
great.
I didn't see that. I'll have to look that up.
Can I
Dumb
pet that
girl
dog? Yeah,
gets killed
come.
by bear. Uh, I don't know. I mean, I heard, Thunderbolts looks good. What else is coming out this year? There's another Marvel. Oh, Fantastic Four looks amazing.
Yeah, that looks
I
like the real
cannot wait
deal.
for that one. That one, I love all these people like shitting on it. I'm like,
No,
what?
you're insane. No one who has ever enjoyed a comic is not excited to see that.
Yeah, I mean, come on. They were complaining about the thing. I'm like, the thing looks perfect.
Yeah,
They're
looks
like,
great.
which is better, the Michael Chiklis rubber suit or the fucking no, the fucking CGI Ben looks great.
Yeah,
And I like it with the voice I like it that it's his voice and he's like I think it's actually kind of fun. I hope in the end they better do something depending on what they do in the movie. I don't know where it leaves off. I don't know if like they end up in the Marvel universe proper. I don't even know. Like, there's all kinds of theories. Like, the theory is like, because there's a thing in Multiverse Madness, it's a good line. I brought this up several times in this podcast, where when he meets like the Illuminati, the
yeah,
council,
yeah,
whatever, and one of them is John Krasinski's
yep,
Reed Richards, and he kind of throws like a little joke out, like, weren't you guys like active in the 60s? So
yeah, yeah,
supposedly the rumor is that the Fantastic Four in this movie are the Fantastic Four from our universe. They ended up in a different universe.
yeah. That makes sense.
So the universe that we're this is the theory. that people have. The universe that Fantastic Four are gonna be in is actually not their universe. So if they end up, let's say whatever it is, they end up in our universe, there better be a fucking scene and like one of the if they were smart, the best cut scene they could fucking do is when things like just looking through the paper or whatever, like,
Yeah.
oh, what's this? What's it? And then he sees a photo of the Hulk,
Oh,
and
okay.
then he's like, I want to fucking take him on or whatever. Like
Huh.
that, because the Hulk thing battles were always like a big event,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
60s, 70s, like, and dude, people will go like, there's two Hulk battles everyone wants to really see on the big screen: Hulk versus Thing,
Hmm.
Hulk versus Wolverine,
Yeah, yeah.
which they hinted just a drop at in Deadpool Wolverine.
Yeah, I remember.
They recreated that famous cover where you see the Hulk's reflection and Wolverine's
Hmm.
claws. But yeah, they got it in Fantastic Four with the Thing, like looking in the paper or watching TV and seeing the Hulk on screen and just being like,
It's clobbering time.
it's yeah, he says that or something. Yeah. Some whatever, or I don't know.
Yeah.
Cousin chef, thank you, chef.
Yeah. No, that'd be good.
I
That'd be
love that
good.
before we move on to the next thing. I love that like that they took up 10 seconds of this short trailer for him to basically be the character from The Bear, kind of.
Yeah, that was it was funny. Yeah.
Yeah, but I just think it's like kind of funny. All right, let's talk about Severance.
Yeah.
So 1 through 4. We're gonna go into full detail. This is gonna be a 4-hour podcast. And then we'll get to the other stuff. No. I like it. I'll be straight up honest with you though. I thought the first 2 episodes were solid. I felt like the second two were kind of going into this weird town. And it's like that thing that I'm afraid the show's gonna do, where it just gets so fucking surreal that
Yeah.
it kind of gives an excuse not to like,
Follow the plot.
yeah, to like, yeah, to like, it's padding the plot with like a bunch of weird shit. Like, I didn't care for that episode where they go on a weird retreat.
I liked
And I
it.
get, yeah, I mean, like I said, I didn't hate it. I just didn't like.
Right.
You love the whole storyline setting up Dylan's wife meeting the innie.
Yeah, that was
I don't
great.
even get why she'd want that though.
Well,
Like,
yeah.
why would you want? I thought it was like a weird thing where. Okay, I'm gonna go on IMDb because I'm gonna like.
Yeah, I don't know. I do agree that there's a lot this season that doesn't quite click, and I have to feel like this is a smart show written by smart people. I have to
Yeah,
think that it's like intentional to some degree because you're right. Like, why would
we're only 4 episodes in. You said it's a 10 episode
10?
season, so we have a lot to go with.
Why would the wife do this? And what is I think the big mystery for me right now is what's Irv's deal? Like
Well, he got fired in the end, right? Which
yeah,
means
they basically killed the innie.
yeah. Well, that's kind of what happened to Bert when he
Yeah,
retired.
except with Bird, it was like voluntary, to some
Right, but
extent.
it's still killing
Yeah,
this. Yeah, you keep talking. I hear you.
it is. It's weird because it does kill the innie, and you're right. Bert like voluntarily did it. He just went to sleep forever. Um, and I don't know. Geez, I don't know. I don't know. But I think the big things to find out are what's going on with Bert. I mean, not Bert. Irv.
Vern.
Clearly,
Hey, Vern.
well,
You know
the
what that is,
scene I
right?
keep, yeah, Jim Varney.
Yeah.
I keep going back to that one scene where we see Irv on a payphone and he says to someone, "My innie got the message." And
Oh, I don't
that's
remember that part.
yeah. There's a scene. I think it's in episode 3, where we see Irv in a payphone. That's another weird thing about the show. Like everything's all fucked up. Like all
It's
the
like it's
cars
not
are
linear right now. Everything's kind of out of order too.
yes, everything's out of order, but also like Dylan's kids are watching a big giant box TV and all the cars are kind of old and there's like payphones and shit. And
Oh, that's interesting. I didn't even think about that shit.
like look at the show the next time you watch it. Like all the cars in that
Think
fucking
this is
parking
taking
lot.
you think it's taking place like in the past?
I have no idea. I Googled it, and in the first season, someone mentioned it, and one of the designers of the show said, "Well, this is a trick sometimes we use to make things feel relatable. We'll make it so that like it's a mix of old and new tech, so you can't quite pin down the time frame.
But
Uh,
why would you do box TVs? You know what I
it's
mean?
yeah, Dylan, if you look at it,
Payphones.
Dylan's Irv's on a payphone, and like the Severance
And
floor has
you can't even use the excuse like, oh, Dylan's such a fuck up that they can't afford
no,
a
you get
TV. It's
a
like,
flat screen TV for like $30 now.
yeah, you could in theory get a 32-inch flat screen TV
Yeah,
for like $100.
easily.
I
Yeah,
know you were joking, but like, no, you can get one on sale. You get it for super fucking cheap. It's
yeah.
ridiculous.
I
Like
I almost
you
got
go
one for
over
my
like I think once you go over like 44, 45, that's when they start to get.
yeah,
But
but Amazon routinely has like the Amazon Fire TV for like $100.
yeah,
Um, so
just
all the
spies on you. That's all. The
and
Fire TV just spies on you. They all do, but this Fire one really spies on you.
but like
Watches
all the
good and
tech
bad.
is old, the cars are old.
TV world.
Um,
What can I?
there's there's also like other weird things like
Oh, that's
Dev.
interesting. I gotta like go back and like
Yeah,
I feel like I
just
wasn't paying attention now.
look at
I
the
was dozing a little bit during. No, I was. I was like really tired. I was dozing a bit during the third episode.
just pick an episode where they're in the real world for
I'm
part of
just
the
go back and
episode.
rewatch the fourth one a bit, like you said. I mean,
Yeah,
but when you see Dylan and his, well, that was interesting thing. You find out about Dylan, like he couldn't hold down a job.
yep,
Like his innie is more motivated,
yeah. And he's pretty sharp. Like
and I think that's what everyone in the show, their innies are like what they want to be or what there's something in their subconscious.
yeah,
So like I would say the main guy, they're not much they seem pretty much very similar. Uh
yeah,
Mark seems pretty like him and his innie are they're not much different.
yeah.
The
My
innie might
brother,
be a little more naive because he's like in an office only and
yeah. The other two things, one of them is I was thinking about the other day. Devin, Mark's sister in the real world.
yeah, and her
Okay,
husband wrote that book, which like
yeah.
for some reason all over.
Why the why the fuck are they together? Like she is kind of a typical cynical,
Oh,
seems like
her and the husband who's the
and the
office.
husband's a complete dipshit. Like they should not be together at all, but they're like married.
Maybe
And no
there's
one
something will come up. I don't know.
and then Mark's like, are you gonna when they're doing that thing where they're gonna burn stuff into his eyeballs, uh Mark's like, are you gonna tell Rickon about this? And she's like, no. Like, of course I'm not gonna tell him about it. So and the other thing, and this is my brother's theory, have you noticed Mark is looking like waxier and his hair is getting darker and longer?
Yeah.
It's,
Yeah, I thought maybe they were just like putting too much makeup on him because he's getting older, the actor or
my
something.
brother is like thinking he's turning into to Kier Egan, like
He's turning into
literally
what?
turning into Kier Egan. Like even his silhouette looks like different.
Who's
Like
Keir Egan again?
the guy who started this Lumen, the
Oh,
first
that's weird.
guy.
The
He
father. No,
yeah,
no, no. The old the one that like flies around. That
yes,
claymation scene's so fucking funny.
yeah,
When like the Dylan claymation pops in like the Christmas mints and he's like, "Woo," like, and then like, yeah, that shit, that claymation thing is okay. So real quick, just so I'm on the
yeah, yeah,
clear. So when in the first episode, when he goes in there and he comes back and he talks to Milkshake or whatever he calls
yep,
Milkshake, they all call him Milkshake or whatever. He basically Milkshake sells it to him that it's been 6 months. There's like a quick scene of them in a newspaper, like there's a
yeah,
parade, and it looks super fake. So you knew that was all
yes,
bullshit. But it wasn't 6 months. It was like the next day
yeah. Well,
or
we
like
don't
the next
know.
2 days. No,
We
it was not 6 months, clearly. But you can lie to him and say,
yeah,
yeah,
you can tell the innie anything.
yeah, because he turns off, he turns back on. I mean, Mark could in theory be gone 10 years and come back, and the Indian would come on and be like, he would just
Yeah,
look in the mirror and be like, I look older or something, but
right.
like they wouldn't know. And So that was like a straight up lie because there's that I think in the second episodes where Milchick's like going to all the houses to talk to the people
Yeah,
and happen. Um, Dylan did get hurt. Remember he leaves because I
yeah.
had forgotten this season finale, like because he's the one that was holding it to make it
He
back.
stayed back. Yeah,
He stayed back and made sure, and I think Milchick like attacked him or whatever. So he leaves with like an ice pack on his head or whatever,
right.
and he has no idea because when you leave the building, you're the worker.
Yeah,
Um, I guess the big thing is, and I figured it was pretty obvious that Helena, not
yes,
Helly, the Helen was there was, she's not severed anymore, or she basically turned off Helly. That Helena
yes.
is, but I guess when where is he?
Irv.
Irving or Irv,
Yeah,
when he's like drowning her, but then he pulls her out, and it seemed like she was Helly, like she literally was Helly again. It wasn't like her fake.
yeah.
Because I think
No,
they turn her back on or whatever.
right. There was a scene like in episode 2 or whatever where uh Helena walked into the Severance thing and then went down the elevator and got off, and she never like did that thing with her eyes.
Yeah.
And so
No,
like you knew,
I think they, because of what happened and everything. And
right.
she's like, watching herself. But she's like watching herself to like study her in a way so she can mimic
Yeah.
her
And she
movement.
also seems to want to be with Mark, to some extent.
Probably, maybe. Again, all this stuff, like the joke is like they're separate people, but you're not. You're the same fucking person.
Yeah,
It's like your subconscious. So like whatever Irving is in the real world, he
right,
for himself probably his more true self in the office. Dylan is this fuck up, but in the office, he's not distracted with the kids
right,
or his wife, and he just focuses on work, and that's all he cares about. You know, and then there's like Helena and Helly. That one's to me is super obvious. It's just that the reason why Helly was so strongly against all that stuff, it's her subconscious basically saying like your family's fucked up.
yeah,
You really know what you're doing is horrible. And Helly is just you being able to speak your truth.
right.
I love though when she's asked about what your any like when you woke up, like what was your any doing or whatever.
Yeah,
It says like, oh, she was like in pajamas watching like National Geographic. Like she was this
right.
kind of like a loser, didn't do anything. When we know that was far from the fucking truth.
Yes.
She was in a massive party ball, like a
Yeah.
Tux party, giving a speech about it, and then her fucking her woke up and
Well, the weird thing was Mark's innie was completely honest about everything, like spilled everything. And then Helly, obviously Helena, lied. And Irv was an interesting one. I think, and I don't like 100% think this, but I think Irv's gone through that reintegration procedure. Uh I
he's
think
not.
he's
Well,
not entirely Irv.
I
Like,
think he's not. I think it's more than that though, because he talks about how when he woke up, and I do remember that. I think they show it. There's these paintings
yeah,
his Audi would do.
yep.
So there might be like he's not fully severed like the other people are,
That might be it. Yeah,
and he may retain like subconsciously retaining.
and he has all these files on Lumen
Yeah.
employees at his home,
So
and
it's possible that he is not fully severed,
yeah.
or he's not severed at all. Like that's, but I don't believe that because I don't think he would
Well, and
go to Bert's house if
yeah, and there was that scene you might not have caught where Irv says to someone, we don't know who, my innie got the message. And
right.
he's referring to his innie as like a separate
Yeah, well, they
being,
all. That's the weird thing. They are, and that's why it's
Yeah,
like the wife visiting Dylan and clearly being into. She probably clearly isn't more into Dylan than
yeah,
the innie Dylan than the Audi Dylan, and
right.
he is what she wants him to. She would like him to be. It's very
Yeah.
weird dynamics. I do
Huh.
think it's odd. Now, I told you my theory about Milchick is that he's only an innie.
Yeah. I think that might be the
I
case,
mean, he goes out into the world.
but he's still an innie out there.
Yeah, like he is not himself. There, and I could see that because he's there's something odd about him. Like there's something like
Yes.
he's too into it. Like there's
Yeah.
something like because even like what's her face when she was in the real world, Roseanne Arquette's character
Yeah.
wasn't
Miss.
like the way she was when she's in the office, like when she goes to the party. And again, you find out like she's actually Mark's neighbor, which is like,
Yeah.
and I think they kind of revealed that anyway throughout the first season. Didn't they reveal that really early? That
Oh yeah, that's like in the first couple episodes. Like
yeah, that she
and
was a neighbor
there's
and
a
everything.
weird scene where like she's in her house like praying to a Here Egan
Yeah, it's like some
altar or
weird
something.
religious cult or something. And then I don't know, the ending was weird though. I think it was in the last episode where she almost runs him over with the car. She like yells at him, and or maybe that was the third
That
episode.
was the third, I think.
Yeah.
Uh
But like I guess she got promoted in the end or something. I don't
yeah, but she got like promoted out of the way, you know, like
right. But it's also interesting because like Milchick's like freaking out because they haven't changed the name on the screen.
yeah,
And then again, there's a girl, a little girl that's
Miss
like,
Wong.
yeah, that makes no sense at all. Like
Dylan's like,
it's
why are you a child? Why
they
are you
all are. Everyone. I loved even fucking Brian Balaban's
yeah,
character. He's great. He's like, "Why are you a child?" And she says, "Like, because of my age or
right.
something when I was born." But it's like, "Why are you a child?" Like,
Yeah,
like it's too weird. Like, why?
yeah,
I do like the new people. They kind of explained them though. When he goes to the office and you see the new team that
yeah.
wasn't.
They were just brought in from other places to
Weren't they like
like
fuck ups or something? Because you see like Brian Ballenband's character like screaming at the guy in the parking lot or something.
yeah, I'm gonna have to sue you again. I'm gonna have to sue you.
Yeah, like they weren't just like normal play. They weren't placed there normally or something.
Right. Yeah.
But it also makes like the 6 months thing obviously was bullshit. It would make no like why would they come back 6 months later? If
Yeah.
it's 6 months really passed, they'd be like, I'm not going back to that fucking place, you know?
Right. Right.
But I just like I was like it was just like a day or two later. That clip,
Probably. Yeah.
that video they watched, so fucking funny.
Yeah. It's a great show. Episode
Yeah, I
5 is
like it.
probably on right now.
I just hope it's a not as abstract as the last episode was.
Yeah, I think it'll get grounded again. That I think this last episode is going to be a real pivotal one because Irv, any Irv had some sort of vision that revealed Helly to be Helena. You know what I mean? And there's like a tear in the barrier. There like things are overlapping now.
Yeah.
And I think that's like going to be a real important turning point. But I'll bet you it gets more grounded like within the rules of the show soon. So
What do you think? Do you think though the Milchick it could be revealed that he is like just a fully severed person or something? Like you'll find out like he was like it's not fucked up, but like you could see like people who like went AWOL in the military or prison
yes, yeah.
like that, and you basically like it's some weird. You find out like he is 100% like not the person he was before or something like that.
I think I definitely think that's possible. And I also think there's some like Irv was clearly in the military. He has like a footlocker, he has a rifle, he has like military papers in his house. And this whole thing seems like a military op or military industrial complex op anyway.
Yeah.
I can
Yeah, I said
100%
that
see that.
clearly like whatever this is going to be used on soldiers to like
Yeah, keep them fighting,
like
or
the other thing you keep hearing about in the show, Patricia Arquette's Roseanne, no, is it Patricia Arquette? It's Patricia Arquette. I said Roseanne
it's
Arquette.
Patricia. Yes, you're right.
Patricia Arquette. She keeps bringing up like they have to finish whatever task they're doing, which is like Jewel or some. They keep mentioning what they're working on, which is bizarre because all they do is play a bizarre version of like Sudoku all day,
Yeah.
where they're like capturing numbers and then it gets like flushed into like a. It's weird. It's like
Well, and they say that Mark is working on the Montauk project, like, and he's
yeah, that's
almost
what it
done
is.
with it.
Something that like it's like important. He has to finish it or something. And only he.
Well, some people are saying that it's like they're mapping consciousness or they're mapping something so that you can like transmit consciousness. And that's kind of where my brother's theory was, that Mark is becoming Kier Egan, that by doing that,
They take his body.
yeah, he's uploading Kier's consciousness into his Innie's body, and then he won't be Mark anymore. It'll just be
Kind of like what
Kier.
Elon Musk is doing with that kid that
Right.
he's bringing everywhere.
Yeah. Mm.
Everyone's like, "Oh, it's a human show." I'm like, "No, it's not." I mean, yeah, it's a human show also, but it's also like he's probably like, "I'm gonna transfer my, I'm gonna transfer my mind into him.
Fucking ghoul.
When he turns
Oh.
18, I will become 18 again, and then I will kill my former body."
Just so gross.
69, 420. That's
Yeah.
dumb shit.
Right.
Fucking. All right. Uh, yeah. I don't know. The show's great. I don't know where it's going. I just, like I said, last episode, the whole Winter Wonderland thing, it was interesting. I was almost like, is this even happening? Like, is this
Yeah.
in the building? Remember they had
Well,
like the weird lamb room with all the what's that shit about the guy's weird?
yeah.
Like, what the fuck is that? The lamb
They've
room.
gone
That
feral.
over
Yeah.
there.
I don't know. That is, the woman was
She looked
Brienne of
familiar.
Tarth. Uh
Yeah. Who
she
is that? Is it,
the
oh, that's who
woman,
that was.
yeah.
Captain Phasma. I thought that she looked
Yes.
familiar. She's like really tall. I was
Yeah, you
like,
didn't recognize her without her stormtrooper helmet on.
yeah, yeah, I
Uh
know. I was gonna say she had like very long hair.
yes. Yeah, yeah.
Everything she's in, she always has like short blonde hair. Even in she was in
Game
what
of
do you call it?
Thrones.
What? Well,
Well,
yeah, obviously. No, she was in that recent show, Wednesday. She was like
oh yeah. Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
cool. But so I didn't recognize. I'm like, her voice sounds familiar. And then I realized, oh, okay, they gave her like this long brown like
Yeah, yeah.
hair, like, and I didn't recognize her first. So okay, cool. Now I feel safe.
Yeah.
Now, I'm like, oh, I know who that is.
Right, right.
There's branding involved. It's like,
Well, she
Captain, man, what a waste.
yeah, that was really disappointing.
I think it
Whatever.
just followed the mode of like Boba Fett. I mean, think about Boba Fett in the original trilogy. Like, yeah, he's cool looking, but like when you think about it, all he does is like shoot his gun a couple times in the Empire,
Yeah,
be
that's
like,
it.
oh, and then in the third movie, he shows up in Jabba, and he gets taken out like it's almost like a joke how he's
Yeah,
taken. So it didn't shock me that they would go the fucking Boba Fett original trilogy route with Captain Phasma, but they kind of did.
they did. Yeah. Oof.
What are you gonna
Oh
do?
well. All
Oh
right.
well. You
So
have
back.
Severance, and she's herding lambs, and then there's that guy who's like wears like a black like animal head. I don't even know
Yeah.
that part's. I remember the lambs from the first season.
Yep.
What the fuck is that?
I don't know. I know.
Are there theories or?
Yeah, the theories are that it has something to do with cloning. Like obviously Dolly was a lamb and she was like the first
Uh,
thing cloned and everything.
yeah,
So one of the theories is that they're trying to like build, that they're trying to transfer consciousness, but they're also trying to like clone bodies and stuff. And you can see it all kind of like working together, even if there's not like a real good way to pin it down. So
yeah.
yeah.
I mean, is there anything else you want to talk about before we move on?
No,
Or
not on Severance. No, no, I'm good. I'm real excited to see where it's going,
I,
and I want to talk
I
about it
will say
again.
this. I hope when it's all said and done, one, I hope they reveal some stuff. Fine, there'll be some new stuff, whatever. I just hope the wait isn't that long. Can you
Yeah.
get it out in a year? Can you do a yearly schedule
Well,
again?
someone said they're already in the writer's room for the next season.
Well, that's a good sign. So
So
it'll
that
probably be
is,
like a year and a half, whatever.
yeah.
In theory, I know the writer's strike ended up delaying it, but there was some other bullshit too that was going on. Like
Yeah.
it was like they didn't do supposedly they almost didn't do anything until after the writer and actor strike happened. Like
Hmm.
nothing in even done. And that is why this season has taken so long. Because I think I remember when they actually started working on it again, they released like a picture, and it was like like a week after the strikes ended. Like
Yeah.
the reason why we had to wait. But like they didn't even there was still a decent amount of time between that versus, whatever.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think what other show. Obviously, Squid Games was a long ass wait. I
Yep.
think right now what's taking the cake is fucking Stranger Things. That one is
Oh, geez. Yeah.
they like shit the bed on that one. Like when it
Hmm.
comes out, I don't think anyone's gonna even give a shit.
I will,
I mean, I'll
especially
watch it.
knowing that it's the last season,
Yeah, I just think it's weird how it kind of almost it ended like this weird cliffhanger. Remember, like it was like all this ashes coming down.
yeah.
Yeah,
All
I don't know.
right.
I like the show. Let's get into some real world bullshit.
Yeah.
The first one, I guess we have is confirmation. So yeah, RFK has been fully confirmed, which is
Yeah.
fucking insane.
Yeah.
That guy is so gross.
It is weird. Look, he isn't a doctor.
No,
He's an attorney, and his only credential is being a weirdo anti-vaxxer
and a Kennedy.
and a Kennedy.
Yeah.
And there is, I do agree with him as to like, look, we should probably eat better. But
Okay.
that's something you appoint like a celebrity as the ambassador for eating healthy or
Like that
something.
guy who would wear that the bodysuit. Remember that
Yeah,
guy who
right.
wear that full spandex and it was like all organs.
Yeah.
He was like a weird Richard Simmons type character. It was like
Hmm.
Richard Simmons and Billy Crystal had a baby and it
Yeah.
had skin like below
Yeah.
it.
But
Yeah,
like,
no, but like the thing that's the worst thing about Robert Kennedy is like, yeah, okay, yeah, he makes some good points. Like, I think we should not eat three cheeseburgers and
yeah,
one steak.
that's the
Like
thing.
these are common sense things,
The only good points he has are like the most bare bones, basic good
right?
points.
But all his by having any good points, it allows him to slip in all his bad points.
Yeah.
I would
Yeah.
have preferred if he just had no good points at all.
Yeah. It'd been easier.
You know,
Um,
like nothing good. Like you should live on a diet of good and plenty. Remember
it
those
is,
and plenty?
yeah, it is crazy. It's crazy that that you look the
Everybody's been
worst.
confirmed.
Yeah.
Everyone.
They're all terrible.
Linda McMahon's gonna get him through. Like they're gonna dismantle
Linda
the
McMahon,
Department of Education. That's the plan.
yeah. And then um Pam Bondi as Attorney General, who's already, I don't know if you've been following that stuff that's been happening in New York, but they basically they gave Eric Adams's attorneys information to help them get the charges. They've been
Yeah,
orchestrating
yeah.
this.
All these people like resigned and shit. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
Adams is incredibly corrupt, and he started kissing Trump's ass, and Trump, I guess, returned the favor.
yeah. And so you
Yeah,
got Pam Bondi, you have Tulsi Gabbard
these people
as a director of national
already
intelligence.
they have no integrity. They're all chuds. They're not serious people. See that Hegseth guy brought Jack Posobiec with him?
Yeah,
It's like first of all, Jack Posobiec is a Nazi and a traitor. He's like
yeah,
funded by foreign adversaries. And then you have Hegseth who has like literal white supremacist tattoos all over him.
yeah. He's like a weekend Fox News host.
Yeah, like what?
Now he's just Secretary of Defense. It's
That's
fucking
insane.
unbelievable.
That's
Yeah,
fucking insane. I'm sorry. I really truly believe that the Trump administration with Elon Musk and everything that they intend to put us in some kind of horrible recession. They're already doing it.
yeah,
It's in the works. They want to destroy our dollar. They're gonna destroy
yeah.
the American dollar and make it that people have to fucking be on the blockchain or some bullshit.
I
Like
could see it.
Doge.
Elon Musk, I just saw an interview with him from like a year ago, where he said that his goal is to have, this was a year ago before he was full
Yeah.
MAGA,
He
that
was talking about a year ago.
AI should replace most workers and we'd have to have a universal basic income.
Yeah. Bullshit.
Um, yeah, but it's, yeah,
Same day I fucking sprout wings and fly.
right. Um,
Whoa, 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 oh my God.
it's,
What's happening? Did I,
it's remarkable that these people all got confirmed. I mean, like
I mean, I'm not shocked by it.
I am to some extent like, well, I guess I'm not, because like you're only looking at like 52 senators you needed, and the Republican senators are like the shittiest people on earth.
Yeah.
Um, but like you would have thought that at least like Katie Britt from Alabama, that idiot.
Fucking
Uh,
weirdo.
yeah. How
The
about, well,
fucking
look,
teal woman
Alabama,
uh from Handmaid's Tale. The fucking
Alabama gets almost their entire economy from federal
we're gonna talk about that
handouts.
later with the red state cuts, but
Yeah, but like you would have thought that she would be like,
ah, no.
hey, if
No,
we
they're
get rid
fine with it.
of,
He controls the party, Trump, and like I just find it crazy though that a billionaire can come in and take questions in the Oval Office while the president sits like a bitch at his desk
and
and
the
he
and the
and he
billionaire's child tells the president to shut up.
that's insane. That was like the fucking weirdest thing. I'm sorry, that is objectively funny.
It's
It's scary too.
yeah. I mean,
That
that's
little
like,
kid is not his child. That kid is going to be holding is going to Elon Musk is going to put his mind in that kid and when he turns like 18.
uh,
Shit, he's just walking around with his clone. Everyone says that though. Obviously, the truth is that the kid's his human fucking shield. He started bringing this kid everywhere
yeah,
um after the whole Luigi thing, which
yeah,
whatever happened to that?
yeah. I saw a meme today of that thing on the Titanic where the guy's holding up a kid trying to get on the lifeboat,
Yeah, I mean that's
and
basically
it's
what he's been doing
yeah,
for like months now. Didn't they? I don't know. Wasn't there something leaked with like? Because isn't that kid is that fucking weirdo singer?
Grimes' kid, yeah.
Yeah, I think she's gonna like get custody or some shit. I don't even know. It
She
doesn't.
she can fuck all the way off.
She sucks too. I
Yeah.
think I'd never fucking found her appeal. She's shitty. She has some shitty politics or shit.
I
She's
liked one of her records. I thought she was like, but that was like when all I knew about her is that she like made some good songs.
that's it. Yeah, not some fucking
Yeah.
weirdo
Same with
fascist.
MIA. I liked MIA when,
Oh, MIA sucks. Like, I mean, nah, I'm
well,
not saying
now, yeah. But,
oh God, she's garbage. She's a fucking garbage person.
mm,
These are garbage people. No, she's like a white supremacist,
yeah.
Grimes. She like talked about something and people were like, holy shit. It's like some white supremacist shit.
Well,
Nah,
I don't
fuck.
know. It was real shocking to see Elon Musk dancing around in the Oval Office with this kid telling the president to
And
shut up.
she's the little kid's telling to shut up, and Elon is the one dominating. But
And
their reporters are not even talking to Trump, they're talking to him.
he's dancing around talking about how he's going to put hundreds of thousands of people out of work. And
Yeah.
it's like real
And he's
bizarre
talking
that
about
like,
government. It's like, dude, you are a special interest. You
yeah,
are all the things that you are claiming is happening. You are
well,
not, you weren't elected. You, he's only
yeah,
going after groups that are parts of the government that are basically investigating him.
yeah. It's
And
bizarre.
it's
I'm
the fucking the
real,
Democrats. There should have been a fucking two, both the Speaker in the House and I mean, well, what's his face sucks. He is a terrible.
Schumer.
Well, Schumer always sucked. I'm talking about the other guy. He sucks too.
Which one?
The guy who's he would be Speaker of the House if Dems had the
Hakeem
majority.
Jeffries.
Yeah, he sucks. He's
Yeah.
garbage. I listened to him. He's a terrible pick. He's like it's almost like they put him in there on purpose. He's
Yeah.
like talking about the only one who'll be able to judge is God. I'm like, what the
Yeah.
fuck?
No, I'm not waiting for that.
No,
But
God's not coming, you fucking dick.
yeah.
Because it doesn't exist. And if
Yeah.
it did, it has better things to do than rudimentary political.
Right. I'm worried about House District 4.
Yeah. God, where are you? I'm busy. Yeah, I'm busy dealing with land commission in fucking Utah.
Well,
I'll get there when I'm ready.
it
There's a
was
football
shocking.
player that just wished for me to get them to win the game.
I know, yeah, I don't want to jump too far ahead, but it's real shocking to see him so gleefully talking about putting people out of work when in a couple weeks, this will be real. Like there will be hundreds of
Yeah,
thousands
because
of
they're going to shut the
people.
government down.
Yeah. And
They
those
said
people won't be able to pay their mortgage
you got
and they
this,
won't be able to shop and they
you got this
won't.
billionaire piece of shit who fucking did a Sikh how twice.
Yeah.
Fucking Hitler saluted, garbage South American Nazi,
Yeah. He's like a
South
Fourth
African,
Riker.
South
Yeah.
African fucking apartheid declined fucking Nazi. And I get so sick when people say I did talk about this. I talked about it.
Yeah.
Like so fucking tired when people say shit like, oh, he's autistic. Stop it. Stop it. Stop trying to humanize him.
Yeah.
He's a fucking ghoul. He's a fucking ghoul with way too much fucking power and influence.
Yeah.
All these dipshits that voted for Trump are gonna fucking they're never gonna learn. They're never we're gonna talk about that later.
Well, yeah.
Never these fucking people will never learn. The Democrats will never be able to convince these people to vote. The Democrats could be like, listen, we are literally going to pay your salary for a year.
Yeah.
We're
Well,
going to
that's
pay
they
your salary
have
and they
literally
will
said that. Yeah.
what?
They have literally said that. They're like like people have jobs because of democratic
Yeah,
programs.
yeah, right,
And not
exactly.
just like pencil pushing bureaucrats, like farmers, like soybean farmers, like wheat
Yes.
farmers, like
As much as the Biden
pig
administration
sloppers.
didn't do enough to like combat Trump, they were
Mm.
busy working, I guess.
Yeah. I
They
mean, they
did
did. They put
a
a
lot of
ton of
things.
people to
And
work.
and Kamala had all these plans like expanding Medicaid, Medicare. So
Yeah.
your parents are old and you can't afford to like get them in an elderly care or assisted living. She was going to expand it so that people could. I
Yeah.
mean, it's like it's fucking insane. And the joke is there's no fucking eggs.
Yeah.
There's no
No
fucking
eggs.
was that did people
Gas prices are
okay,
up.
I know it was like a meme, the whole egg thing. First of all, the gas thing made no sense. Gas was like has been cheaper than it has been the
Yeah.
past couple of years. Joke is, if anything, it started to go up again. I
Right.
noticed
Right.
that. The gas has started to go up again. What are you gonna do? You're blame Biden for that? Get the fuck out of
Mm.
here. But like, was that like just a meme about like people voting for Trump because of eggs?
Well, I think Trump tweeted. I got his tweet right here.
About groceries and shit.
Yeah, Trump tweeted over and over again. Let's see, where was it? He said essentially, um, egg prices and gas prices are out of control. I will slash prices on day one. Um, and he didn't, obviously. Yeah, he Trump that the irony here is that Trump is the one who made it a big deal. Trump is the one who said, "Yes, I will slash them on day one." And he didn't, you know?
No, well, he did. There's no eggs.
Yeah,
Problem
well,
solved. Can't
that's true.
I lowered the price to the point where they don't exist?
Yeah.
You're gonna
Um,
save money on eggs because there are no eggs. I've gone in. I thought it was a joke at first, and I noticed for a while I was like able to go. I'll go to Whole Foods and they had eggs, and they were still normal price. I
yeah,
still have two eggs left. I should put them up on eBay for like $100,000 each or something. Uh,
right.
like you know what I mean? That's like a joke, just to be like, here's an egg. I
Yeah,
should do that. I should put that up there as a joke. Like, here's an egg. I will ship it to you,
right.
which might be difficult
That
shipping.
would, yeah.
But it could be a good science. Well, one also keeping it cold.
Yeah, that would be a
I did
factor.
my job. I made sure the egg got to you. I'm not and I'll say that I'm not guaranteeing you could eat it. Like it's probably good, but I mean, like there's no fucking eggs, and this is a
Yeah,
sign. Get used to this, guys, because soon you put someone like RFK in there.
right.
He's gonna be in charge of this shit, right? Isn't that the plan?
That'll be one of his things. Yeah, for sure.
And didn't he put Dr. Oz in something else? Or he's going to?
I have not heard that.
I thought that he was gonna make him like Surgeon General or
Oh,
something, Dr.
Jesus.
Oz.
God.
But like get this is now people can make an argument and say this was gonna happen if Trump was president or Kamala was president. Well, let me tell you, if Kama was president, they'd be making the biggest fucking deal about this. You would
Oh
never.
God, yeah,
It'd be 24/7 news. Where are the eggs? Where are the eggs? Get that fucking guy on Fox, that evil Greg Brady motherfucker, uh,
yeah.
that creep who like he'd be like, "Oh, where's
Jesus.
the eggs?" Like fuck these people. And the joke is, and like, guess what? There won't be fucking yogurt in a year. There won't be milk in a year
Right,
because all these fucking airborne viruses and all this shit's gonna spread like crazy.
right.
Like I wrote a thing on Threads and it got picked up a little bit. I said I think it's objectively funny that there are no eggs actually.
Yeah, there are none.
One guy wrote bird flu is hysterical. I said Trump was supposed to fix that.
Yeah, he said he's
I'm
fixing.
serious. Trump was supposed to wave his hand and fix all that.
Yeah, he said, okay, this is, I finally found I just lost it. He said, this is what Trump said back in October. Egg and gas prices are out of control. Crooked Joe and the radical left destroyed affordability. It's a total scam. On day one, I'll slash prices. It'll happen so fast, it'll make your head spin.
Yeah, my head's just spinning.
Yeah, spinning like an egg.
That fucking cracked already. Half leaked out. I mean,
Wow.
yeah. No, I mean, this is like a joke. I like this is only going to get worse.
Oh
We're
yeah,
not
yeah,
going to get better. This country is fucked. This country's fucked. I really truly believe that we are fucked. That this is a plan. And the fact that Elon can do this and there's no checks and balances to this
yeah,
fucking rule, this is like, and again, if anyone's like, oh, I can't believe Trump would allow this. Hello, Trump did this in 2018 when he was in Helsinki on stage with Putin, and
yeah.
Putin fucking dog walked him the entire time,
The whole time.
the
Yeah,
whole fucking time. You had Trump attacking service members on stage to please his boss. And the whole
yeah,
and people still to this day try to say that he's not connected to him. Are you fucking kidding? Of course he is. This isn't a conspiracy. It's a fucking fact. It's been these fuckers will always they always prove it. They
yeah.
always give away
Again and
the
again.
game. And you get these like gaslighters on all sides of the political spectrum. It's not just the right. There's people on the left. They'll say, "Oh, you're being crazy. You're being silly." I'm like, "No, it's fucking happening."
Yeah.
Think
It'll
of Orban, who is like a stooge of Putin, like, and Trump's like buddying up with. I mean, it's fucking insane.
Yeah, I am gonna be I'll be interested to see if anything happens because like I said, um a lot of these places are gonna get hit hard. I know we're gonna talk about this in a minute, but a lot of red states are gonna get hit, slammed, you know? I mean, on one hand, you think that they've planned for it, that like Team Trump has planned for what to say or what to do when this happens, but like
I don't think
entire
they give a
towns.
shit.
Mm,
I
well,
think they want to. The plan is to tear down. It was all in Project 2025. Tear down the deep state, which is just people who work in
yeah,
government.
right,
It's not this secret cabal. It's like the DMV.
right, yeah. It's just people. It's people who
I
like
was like,
make sure the
I
roads
was
are paved.
talking to
Like,
my friend, something like that, and she like works in government. And she made this like comment about like the shittiest employees work there or something like that. Like that's the only job I get. And I'm thinking in my head, I'm like, I worked in the private sector my whole life. There's
yeah,
always shitty people everywhere you go.
yeah,
There's shitty employees everywhere. Of course, there's gonna be shitty employees in the government jobs. But let me tell you, there were horrible employees who were in the private sector.
right, yeah. And there's like
That's
very,
propaganda you're falling for. If you're pushing that the government just has shitty people, you're pushing propaganda.
yeah,
You just don't realize it. You've been watching Ghostbusters too much. It's the most fucking anti-government movie ever fucking made.
yeah,
It is.
yeah,
That poor guy who worked for the EPA. He had
right,
to deal with these fucking bullies who had a
yeah,
fucking nuclear bomb in the middle of Manhattan.
mm,
And the joke was, it was their fuck up. I mean, the guy did turn it off, right? He remember he had the guy turn it off.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Like, yeah, you could say it was a little
sure,
somewhat responsible. but they're the ones who put it there.
Oh.
An unstable. I love them. That's what I always love about the first Ghostbuster movie. They don't go into long explanations about things. They're just like, hey, I got these traps. I worked on them. Oh, cool.
Right.
When did you have time to work on these electric streams? Doesn't matter. Aren't they cool? Like they don't spend like an hour like this is how we do it. This is
Right.
how
Yeah.
like
No,
or
it's
like
just there
and
it
then
is.
like out of nowhere, you just have Egon. You just know that Egon's very smart and that's all that matters. And Ray's smart.
Yeah,
And
I like
that's all
it.
that matters. And Egon, and then all of a sudden, like they capture Ghost and they're like, yeah, we put it in this thing. And it's like, what the fuck is that? Like a boiler? Like the thing that housed all the ghosts, and you're just like, okay, you don't really question it. It's actually like not a well-written movie if you think
No.
about it, but
Uh,
it's also an amazing movie in a lot of ways. But yeah, this poor guy who worked for the government. He's got
hmm,
a whole city to make. He's got to protect the whole city, and you got all of a sudden you got a fucking 100-foot marshmallow
right.
man
Fucking
crushing things.
amazing.
And he was the bad guy of the movie.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I don't
So
know.
where like there's got to be people speaking out about this. Like to me, that was so gross watching
Well,
in the office.
yeah. I
I
don't
felt
think
bad
people are
for Trump in
speaking
some
out.
weird way.
I don't think people are speaking out about it yet, but I guess we can we're gonna bleed over into the red state stuff now.
Yeah,
Um
we can end on Rogan actually.
uh the this will start to affect people in real ways. Like I read this thing today where a city in Alabama, poor city in Alabama, the entire like a lot of the town had been receiving $100 a month subsidy on their
Subsidy,
electric
basically a
bill.
subsidy check,
Yeah. And
like
it
a
just
government
it was
subsidy.
like slipped into their electric bill. They never even like they probably were made aware of it initially and then just sort of like came
They
to
weren't paying
expect it.
attention. Most people probably don't pay attention. They just see the number and they pay it.
And they all got a letter in the mail today saying, "Hey, your electric bill's there's going to be an extra $100 charge on it this month." They're all pissed off. I saw like I went on to the town's Facebook page. You know, you can get the town has a little Facebook page, or whatever. All the residents. I didn't vote for Trump for this. I didn't. Yeah, you
You
did.
did? You
You
fucking
did.
voted for him. And why did you vote for him? Because he said he'd make sure some trans kid in a state that you're not even
Right.
in can wrestle on
And
the or play a sport in on
yeah.
the gender that they identify with. And it's like that's the fucking reason why you voted for Trump, you dumb fuck.
And on
I know
Twitter,
I'm
you see
cursing.
a lot of people with farms that USA Aid or whatever, they were buying billions of dollars of soybeans and sorghum and wheat and shit from farmers in Kansas.
Yeah.
Now they're not.
So what did the Trump administration do basically to fuck these
Well,
people over?
the,
They're never gonna these people will never learn, so it doesn't matter. But
previously, as part of the Inflation Reduction Act, Biden, he said, we will pay off your loans for purchasing upgrades to your farm or whatever. So a lot of these people bought new fencing, new farm equipment, shit like that. And then they were going to also have contracts like we need to send 40,000 bags of grain to Africa. So we're going to purchase, $500,000 worth of grain.
yeah.
Trump came in and voided all those contracts. These people already grew that wheat. They had a
So it's a bunch of
contract.
food. That's right. It's a bunch of food to go to waste.
It's just going to sit there. And a lot of like the MAGA diehards are like, well, they'll be able to sell that to Americans. Like, look at Americans don't need bags of sorghum. Are you fucking kidding me? Like we
People are fucking stupid, dude. That's why I always say. I always like these fucking like bullshit leftists online grifters, and they'll
yeah.
say like crap like, the problem with the Democrats is that if they need to stop talking about the culture war stuff, and if they
Mm,
recognize these people's like I forgot the words they use, some bullshit like their economic needs. I'll just say that,
yeah,
but
yeah.
it's something else they're saying. And I'm just like, no,
Yeah.
that's complete bull. These people's you cannot the Democrats will never be no one will be able to do that.
Yeah.
First of all, these people watch right-wing media of all forms, from Rogan to Fox to
Yeah.
OAN, whatever other Max or whatever's still around, Newsmax or any of these, they're Democrats are demons. Democrats are demons, and if they're helping you in any way, they're taunting you. They're trying to make you gay or something. Like no joke. Like, and on top of it, how so you're supposed to combat you're so oh so you say like I'm gonna do these things that will help you and help you get jobs and stuff. Oh yeah, you're gonna be able to convince these numbnuts who basically have 50 years of right-wing media brain rot. That's
Yeah.
complete bullshit.
It's it's real remarkable. I will say um
These people will never learn. Never.
well
Yeah,
they
they
may
give me
learn
like
when
the
they're like,
margins, chipping off in the margins, which honestly is enough to win an election. But again, we're gonna keep doing this fucking song and dance.
yeah, look, you're
Where
right, you're never going to like the MAGA supporter who has a small business and who gets by on their own. You're never going to get them.
no, no,
You're
I'm
never
just
going to get
talking
them.
about the person who works at the deli counter at a
Yeah.
supermarket who's gonna vote for Trump for some dumb
A
reason.
lot of
You're
those,
not gonna convince those people.
well, a lot of them are going to have kids that don't get school lunches anymore. A lot of them are not going to have free daycare.
They will blame it on whatever tells them to blame it on.
Well,
These people will never fucking learn. They're never going to learn. You're never going to get them to have good instincts.
yeah.
They're the only way you're going to get them to learn is if you shut Fox News off. You cut the freaking wire, and for a month or two,
Yeah, but
they
eventually you
don't
get to
have
the
Joe
point where
Rogan
like
talking in their ear.
you can't you eventually look, eventually if you come home and one day and you don't have a job and you're 3 months behind on your mortgage and you can't feed your kids and you hear Joe Rogan yucking it up with Elon about how great life is, it's it will click. It'll click.
I think but they won't aim.
Yeah, they may
They
not
won't aim
learn
the finger at the right person. They'll never
they
will.
may not learn the lesson you want them to learn, but they'll learn a lesson. I mean, they'll learn a lesson.
I just don't think they'll learn shit.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, true, but it won't be to anyone's benefit. And when I say benefit, I mean like, you know, vote for people who don't like let Elon take over the entire government.
Yeah.
I just think these I just truly I know it's cynical, but like they never will learn. I mean, you had Trump for president 4 years. You knew what you were going to get. And actually, if anything, he's like 10 times, he's 100 times worse than he was 4 years ago.
That's what I was saying is he is worse now than he was.
He's like 100 times worse because, first of all the people he put in are absolutely horrible.
Yeah.
There's no, like, because you could even claim, like, okay, there were some, like, smart people that Trump was told to put in 2016 or 2017, and they were there to, like, kind of guide this moron, this reality show, game show host moron. But those people were like, after a couple months or
Mm,
a year, they were like, this guy's we're screwed. Oh,
well,
like all those people that had any brain cells, and now name a person in his cabinet that is like normal in any way.
yeah, there isn't. There's
None,
not a
none,
single bright spot. You know, there
none of
really
them.
isn't.
At least like they were some, and these people were horrible too in the first Trump administration, but at least they were like some like people
Like
kind.
Rex Tillerson, they were normal people. They were normal shitty people.
Yeah, yeah, they knew how government worked. They knew how to use it.
They could spell. You know,
Yeah,
they knew how to like
they weren't
they
selling
didn't
like
look like circus clowns.
they weren't selling like bars of soap to men, the toxic masculinity bar soap
Yeah.
or bringing I don't vaccinate my children onesies on a website. These
Yeah.
people are all grifters. That Cash Patel guy,
Yeah.
that guy's corrupt as shit. Did he get in?
He will be. He advanced.
That is insane.
Yeah.
That's that guy. They're all dangerous. Every one of them. Every one of them is going to destroy our government.
Yeah.
There is no bright spot in this at all.
No, really, it's so much worse than
And
I think
again,
anyone thought it would be.
it's like a fucking nightmare situation. Trump wins in 2016. and he has the fucking House and the Senate. He wins again in 2024. He's got the fucking House and the Senate. What the
Yeah.
fuck?
Well,
I
I
was
mean,
like, at least the Dems would win the House. No.
yeah, no. Theoretically, like there is an election like a year and a half now.
I don't even fucking care.
Yeah, I'm look, I'm not obviously worked up over it either, but like you wonder what'll happen, you know?
I
We'll
can't even
see.
imagine what the world's gonna be like in 3 months.
Honestly, that's it.
I think we're gonna
Like,
have a fucking complete economic collapse by the summer.
it
They
is
want this. They want this.
it
That's
is real
close the
weird to
economy.
think that that yeah, probably within a week or two, there'll be hundreds of thousands of people out of work.
Yeah.
Like people
Yeah. It's
that
gonna be worse than it might be worse than fucking COVID.
yeah, and not
When everyone
not
lost their
like
job during COVID.
these won't be people like a lot of times when people lose their job, like I don't want to say it like quite like this, but like they're used to it. Like, oh, I lost my job, but the come and go again, and like they rent,
Now they do call it come and go for a reason.
they don't have like large, the families that live with them and stuff. I mean, like there's that normal churn, and that's just. But these all the people that are losing their jobs as a
These
result
are
of
people that's
this,
been there for decades.
these are people that have very deep established ties in their community. These are the people that coach little league teams. These are the
And this
people
is gonna
that,
have a detrimental effect on the private sector.
oh yeah, well
Because
yeah,
you're gonna
because
have
like
tons of like
none of these people are going to be going
you
out to
don't
eat. None of these
yeah.
people are going to be
You think
purchasing
these
luxury
people
items.
work in the government? Like, what do you think they do with their fucking money?
Yeah.
They don't go to the government store to buy and go to the government restaurant,
Never, yeah, and all these
the government
people,
movie
yeah.
theater. They don't.
So that'll trickle down too. And then not to mention like the tariffs and how everything's just going to gradually start to cost more
The
because of these
tariff thing,
tariffs.
I think is bullshit, but it probably will happen.
Hmm.
I really do believe that they want to destroy the American dollar.
Yeah, I can see that.
That
I
is
don't
it.
know.
Like this,
That seems like a weird game plan, but like, yeah, if you're,
but if you want to, if you have the means to control the economy because it's on the
uh,
blockchain,
yeah, yeah,
like that's insane. Like that's what I mean. Like watching that video of Elon in the office is so disgusting on so many
yeah,
levels. You have
it
this
is real gross.
fucking
Yeah.
sad, pathetic old man. He gets to say 10 words, and there's this creepy 4-year-old who
Telling
looks
him
like
to
the
shut up.
girl from fucking the first Dune movie that kills Baron Harkonnen.
Yeah,
That's the vibe I got. Trump is Baron Harkonnen, and there's that little girl who, like, I don't know, he
yeah,
like pokes a hole and he like spins around like a
right.
balloon or something,
That's
right? Doesn't
good.
he like, yeah,
Yeah, I just saw Dune like a week ago. It was real good.
the original Dune?
Yeah, I rewatched the original Dune.
I know, but like, doesn't that kid remind you
Yeah.
of like he should be like in a little black like nun outfit or whatever the fuck they dress
Mm.
like?
He
The
also looks like even his voice sounds like the kid from The Shining.
First of all, like you just told the president of the United States,
Just shut your mouth. Yeah.
yeah, that's insane. That's pathetic.
Yeah.
You these
I'm surprised that's not it looks so real and I can't find anything saying it's not real, but you would think that'd be in the news somewhere. Like it's I
that should be
like
the biggest fucking news. I mean, like, first of all, and you know that little kid, you know Elon probably talks about that all the time. He's probably like laughing, like, oh, I control
yeah.
the government. You know, they made sure he won. They knew how to do it.
Yeah. Well, and that
And
Peter Thiel's from South Africa. Is all these
no,
Nazis from
Peter
South
Thiel's
Africa?
not from South Africa. He's from England.
He's not. Hmm.
No. But they're all part of that PayPal mafia, they call it. Him, Mark Andreessen, uh, Elon Musk. And so let's just talk about Joe Rogan right now, real quick.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
we're bouncing around and stuff like that, but like there's this clip going around, Rogan talking to Bridget Hale. I don't know who the fuck this.
Yeah,
She's
yeah.
a wing. This woman sucks. He's had her on so many times. She's one of these bullshit people who just won't come out and say she's a right wing chud. She is a right wing chud. She'll say she's like in the center. No, full on right winger. And you listen to this clip of these two, and I'm like, who's this for? Like,
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Rogan viewers should be dropping like flies. They gotta be like, because first of all, like the conversations are boring. They're not
Yeah.
even interesting. Like you're gonna have Mark Andreessen on talking about getting debanked or some bullshit, and it's a complete lie. And people are like, you think people will listen to this? I'll be like, oh, I'm gonna turn this off. I'm gonna wait till he has a comedian on or something, you
Yeah.
know? But like, you get this like Rogan talking about like just kissing Elon's ass. Like he's trying to
Yeah.
sell you that this billionaire is gonna save the planet. He's still pushing that bullshit. And everyone thinks like, oh, he doesn't know better. He's stupid. I'm like, no, he is a paid shill.
Yeah. He's a part of the machine. I mean,
Yeah,
he's,
he's not. Stop. And that's another thing too. I put this on, and I think I need to put a TikTok out. I put a TikTok out saying like, stop defending Kanye, saying he's bipolar and
yeah.
making excuses. He's a fucking piece of shit. He could be mentally ill, yeah, and he's
Both
also a
things
bad
can be
person,
true. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
because you're attacking most mentally ill people are not billionaires or
Right.
millionaires or can
Right.
even hold a job.
Yeah.
And Elon Musk being autistic is bullshit because again, it's a wide spectrum. And yeah, you could say, yeah, he's on the spectrum. And I'm sure he's on the very high end of it,
Yeah.
where he just probably doesn't read some things, but he wouldn't. I don't know. I can't even. That stuff makes me crazy. And then this whole theory about Joe Rogan, like, oh, it's whoever he's talking to, is what his opinion is. I'm like, no, that's bullshit. He's a
Yeah.
right wing shill. He's paid hundreds of millions of dollars by Spotify, which is
Yep.
owned by people who they're all part of that shit. They're all
Yeah.
part of the like
Yeah.
PayPal mafia shit. And Rogan's been for decades been pushing this. It's like, why does he have all these Peter Thiel acolytes on all the time? Do you think he wants to actually talk to these fucking people? He
Yeah.
gets paid to have them on. He's
Yeah.
not
He's a conduit. I mean,
he's not an independent. I'm so tired of that. He's not an independent thinker at all. And especially now.
oh yeah.
I
Yeah.
love that when they would say like, "Oh, he liked Bernie." And again, I'll say this every fucking time: if Bernie was a nominee, Rogan a month before the election, Rogan would have turned on him and
Yeah.
said
He would have. That's 100% true. They
he would
always like
say,
the
"I like
outsider. Yeah.
Bernie. I think he's a great guy. I liked having him on the show, but I just don't think he's right for
Yeah.
his ideas. Just don't work for our country."
It's like whenever there's like a little offbeat Republican, some Democrats are like, oh, I like him. I might vote for him, and then it is the same dynamic.
But it's
Yeah.
bullshit. And it's like, no, you had Bernie on because it made the Democrats look bad.
Yeah. Yeah. It just sowed chaos.
Yeah,
All the super hard Republicans liked Bernie. They liked Tulsi. They liked
yeah,
any Democrat that was giving the front runner trouble. They liked
yeah, yeah.
Andrew Yang,
Yeah.
all
And
of
they're
them.
promising things that Andrew Yang going out there promising what was it? UBI, what was it
Yep.
called?
Universal basic income.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
UBI.
And it's like that's never gonna happen here. We did
No.
have something like that though during COVID, and every fucking Republican freaked the fuck out.
Yeah.
And they did everything they could to stop it. We cut child poverty in half during COVID, actually.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Because
We were on our way to, I wouldn't say um eliminating childhood poverty, but you were definitely
yeah,
on the way to getting it under control.
yeah. And
And
the
now
joke is you got
they're
this guy
taking
like
that, yeah, now they're taking that away and announcing $400 million contracts for Teslas.
for shitty Cybertrucks that are proven to be garbage that are going to be used by like cops or something. I guess
Well, I might be for that.
what?
I might be for that.
Yeah, because then the cars would break down. You could
Explode,
outrun them.
explode.
Bye bye.
Driving in circles, just driving.
Yeah. Hey, is your car working yet?
Yeah. Um,
No, but I mean, like, it's so fucking corrupt. And the thing is, like, yeah, you got Joe Rogan like trying to tell you like how amazing it is that Elon's the richest guy in the world. It's like, who sits there and like, yeah, that's so cool. It's like when Dave Chappelle invited Elon on stage
yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
and he got booed the shit out of, and good, he deserved it.
Yeah.
And Dave Chappelle deserved to be booed. He's the richest. Oh, gives a shit. That's
Right.
great. I'm not. He
Yeah.
just fired like all my friends from there. That was literally right after he fired all those people from Twitter. And it was in California where a lot of those people worked for Twitter because it was in California.
Yeah.
And
I
then
don't know.
a lot of these people that went to that show probably bought the tickets a long time ago before they lost their fucking job
Yeah.
at
Yeah.
Twitter. And then this fucking guy that you paid hundreds, if not more, to see brings out the ghoul that fired you,
That did
trying to
it.
tell you how great he is.
Ugh,
That's
gross.
pathetic. I like all Rogan is a he loves the boot.
Yeah.
He's an
He does. Yeah.
he's a right wing. He is, and I've been saying this for years. He is the modern day. He is the replacement for Rush Limbaugh.
Yeah, he is. He is the current Rush Limbaugh. Um,
And the thing is about Rush Limbaugh is, is Joe Rogan espousing only right wing rhetoric all the time, like Limbaugh? No, and that's actually what makes Rogan more
yeah,
dangerous.
I was going to say that is more problematic.
Because at least with Rush, you knew what you were getting.
Yeah,
I feel like
Rogan
I would,
sells it just as like I'm a self-empowering free thinker.
yeah,
Limbaugh would tell you straight up, no, I vote straight down the Republican Party line.
yeah. And the only time he'd be mad at the Republican Party is if they weren't shitty enough.
right, yeah,
Like, no, Rogan is more dangerous. Um,
yeah, mm,
okay, so yeah,
yeah,
I mean, I don't know if there's anything else to say. I mean, I know it is like a nightmare. I can't even like and the thing is like I'm not fully invested like I used to be. Like I don't look as
yeah,
much. I can't keep track of it.
yeah.
Everything's awful. There's
I'd
nothing,
say that's the point. Like it's so overwhelming, like you don't even know where to begin. Like it's
and
hard to
that is the goal
organize.
too. That
Yeah,
is the goal. That's what Trump wants. That's
hard
what
to
they want.
organize a response because like what do you fight? You know?
There's like 1,000 battles you have to fight.
Yeah,
And if you beat one battle, they're gonna add 10 more battles for you to fight. It's like a fucking Hydra or something, you know?
yeah. Well, honestly, I think you got to like uh I don't know what you got to do. I don't have a good plan. You know, I mean, I don't have a good suggestion. I know that that you 100% if you aren't happy with what's going on, you should vote. You know, I mean, like it's real simple and real basic. And I know they make it hard to vote. I know they make it I know all these things, but like I seen video of people 70 years ago getting fire hosed on a bridge in Alabama and they voted, you know?
I'll say this, vote fucking Democrat all the time.
Yeah. That's,
Don't
I mean,
fall for
it's
this
not
third
hard.
party bullshit. They get paid by right wing billionaires that fund Republican projects.
Yeah. I'll tell you what the thing, you know what the thing is with Democrats and this is as close to like my real idea as possible. They need someone running for president now.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like,
Well, Gavin Newsom is kind of right now considered the front runner, and that is why the entire right wing is
then
constantly
he needs
going after
to he needs to announce
him.
that
Nah,
he's running for president. No,
too early.
someone needs to announce that they're running for president,
I just don't think he can
and
get away with it. Trump was can gets away with it because the media in the end.
someone can get away with this. Someone needs to announce that they're running. They need to start fundraising. They need to start demanding shit like Secret Service protection. They
Yeah,
need to
yeah,
start
yeah. Like three
demanding,
years before the
yeah,
election.
they need to start demanding all that shit. Like
Yeah,
immediate, like where's my equal time? Where's I want to debate, and they just need
yeah.
to
Let's
fucking
debate
start
Trump
that shit.
six
And
months is freaking presidency.
it needs to be one person. One person
I will
needs to be
say
able
this
to,
too. When I said like, I'm not kidding, vote Democrat all the fucking
yeah,
time. And if you don't like the Democrat,
just vote it anyway. Yeah.
primary him. You primary
Well,
them.
yeah, or that, yes, that's a
Would you
better,
say
yeah.
you would?
No, I would say you vote anyway. You
Yeah,
vote,
you
I mean,
vote
if you don't
anyway.
like them,
And
you
then
vote for
if you
them
don't like them,
anyway.
you fucking primary him.
Yeah,
And then you vote for that person.
right.
Stop falling for there's a lot of bad faith actors out there. Trust me, if they're online, they have a YouTube channel and they have a decent following, like a decent subscriber count, they're getting paid, not just by YouTube, they're getting paid by other people too to
Yeah,
get you to not vote. to make you apathetic.
Yeah. But I honestly, and the more I think about it, the more I believe it. Someone needs to start running now.
Yeah, I like I said, I truly
Like
believe
today.
they know it's Newsom. They know
Then
it's
he needs to fucking
well,
announce.
he's the governor of California. He'll say that too. He's like, I have to be the governor of California.
He can do both.
Yeah, I know. No, I know what you're saying. I get it. I just know it's
Yeah.
not.
Yeah, well, yes, I
I
tend
agree
to
with you
agree with you,
100%.
but
Trump was not a normal. First of all, he wasn't governor,
yeah.
senator, congressman. He was just some shithead from
Some
TV.
shithead with a bunch of stolen documents in his bathroom.
Yeah, well, even I love it too. Like after the Super Bowl, and, yeah, you know what? Good on that little shit kid, Elon's little kid, telling him to shut up. It's actually kind of funny when you think about it too. Like Trump's not a serious person. He deserves no
No.
respect.
Yeah.
He spent millions of dollars to go down to the Super Bowl. He fucking leaves like before Kendrick Lamar plays or something, or
Yeah.
after, and then he tweets out like the crowd booing Taylor Swift. It's like, dude, you're the president of the United States.
Yeah. He's a
Why are
fucking
you
child.
talking about Taylor Swift? Like that's pathetic. Like
Yeah.
you are the president of the United States. Do you not realize that you are supposed to be above that? Like, what are you gonna do? You start a feud with like, I was gonna say third non-blonde or whatever the fuck they're called, four
Yeah.
non-blonde. Like, let me tell you, the that
Mm.
song from the what was that band? If you want to be my baby, then tell me now. They're from the '90s.
Oh yeah.
Like, oh god, they're such like an annoying band.
Yeah, I know what you're talking
A
about.
pocket full of kryptonite.
Yeah,
What?
spin doctors.
Spin doctors. Let
Yeah.
me tell you, the spin doctors, but they're Antifa. Like, like what the
Mhm.
fuck, dude? You're the president.
Yeah. Uh,
This is so pathetic. And no one, they let him get away with it. They let him get away with it because they're all in bed.
yeah.
There's money being made. And it's like Biden slurs one word
Right.
and he needs to be put in, what's it called when people are dying and they,
The hospice.
hospice? Yeah, he needs to be in hospice care yesterday. He slurred a word. Trump like had a stroke on stage, and they're like masterful gambits, sir.
Yeah.
You are one of the people. Like I really think like it's just gonna get progressively worse. And
Yeah.
they
Hmm.
Vance, this pathetic round faced cherub creep.
Yeah. He's garbage.
Did you see? Okay, so I guess one thing we haven't really talked about was on top of all the crazy stuff, Elon had like his boys of Brazil. He's like weird 19-year-old kids.
Yeah. Uh,
Well, he muted it, but right now Joseph is literally exploded on
yeah,
camera.
my voice is almost
I,
done. My
I'm
voice is
almost finished. I'm gonna finish. So Elon had like all these like boys of Brazil guys, like these creepy,
yeah.
and they're like hacking into like our information or something. And I guess it was revealed like one of these 19-year-olds is like literally like a fucking Nazi, and he was
Yeah, he's like he was very, very
like he
pointedly
is a white
racist. Yeah.
supremacist. He
Yeah,
wants
yeah.
white people to only be with white people. Like
Yeah.
he is a this kid, some garbage broccoli haired douchebag.
Yeah.
And JD Vance is like, I gotta save this kid. It's like JD Vance, you're married to an Indian woman. Your
And
children
this kid
are
tweeted like
Indian.
normalize Indian hate or something. I mean, like
Yeah.
yeah.
JD Vance is like, wait, if he does something bad, we should get rid of him. Like, he just said that your kids are mongrels.
Yeah. It's real. These people have like
He's
no.
JD Vance is so
Yeah.
pathetic.
Mm.
I think like what's his name? One of the congressmen. He's like Indian. Rokana, I think, or whatever it is.
Hmm.
And he supposedly like tweeted something at him and like just like, dude, like
Mm.
your kids are Indian.
Yeah.
Your wife is Indian. You're in the fucking cuck chair for
Yeah.
some 19-year-old scrub that works for like who
Doesn't
are
even work for the government. Like he's
yeah,
no security clearance, no
yeah.
government con. It's
And
just
you're the
like
vice president.
mm,
Again, these people are fucking. I will say this: the best thing the Democrats did during the campaign. which was the worst thing they ever did too, was they they were calling him fucking weird, and
Yeah.
they walls come out, they
Should
picked
have
him,
stuck with it.
and they should have stuck with it. It was driving them crazy. If they stuck to it and said, "Don't, these people are weird," Kamala would have won.
Yeah, I agree. I
Don't,
think that's 100%
don't go
true.
campaigning with fucking Liz Cheney. None of that. You stick to it. They are weird. Trump's head. He couldn't handle it.
Yeah.
He couldn't handle it. But I don't know, some fucking
Mm.
Democrat, the Joe Biden camp, whatever. I don't get it. If I was Kamala or Tim Walz, I would be like, I don't give a shit. I'm gonna say it anyway.
Yeah.
Like, what
Should
the
have.
fuck? She would have won if they kept on calling him freaking weird. Because guess what? They are weird.
Dude's
Or
fucking orange. He's
they're people.
orange. He wears so much makeup. He's got tiny little hands.
Yeah,
He dances around like
he
a
looks like
dementia
cookie
patient that just
jar.
like, yeah,
He looks like a cookie jar that like an old lady would have in their house. You know what I'm talking about?
yeah,
Like a
yeah,
clown hobo standing over a
right.
barrel
Gross.
next to their mammy jar. You know they always got one. You go
Yeah.
to that house with an old lady and you just look up in the cover at the top and you're like,
A little statue of a jockey in the front
you're
yard
like,
and shit.
what the fuck? No, it's not that out there. They got rid of the jockey years ago. I remember as a kid, I used to see them all the time.
I saw him all the time in Florida growing up. Yeah.
Yeah. But no, they would have like that one thing in the kitchen. You're just like, okay,
Yeah.
why do you have that?
Right.
Or if you go to like an antique store, I always like to look for I go there to look for comics and I go there to look for
Right. Racist memorabilia.
how much racist shit does this antique store have? Sometimes they have none. Like I'll tell you this, I went to one in South Carolina.
Mm.
Piece of shit.
Mm.
You just had to ask. You go in the back and it's like the
Right.
Nazi and falling down.
Yeah.
Back room of the Nazi and falling down.
God.
Yeah, we live in this is bizarre. I have not really been able to process.
Yeah, I've not thought about it that much. No.
Like, because every day I'm like, wait, there's little boys working for Elon and they're like looking at my social security right now.
Yeah.
All I think of though when people talk about it, I just think of the Tim Robinson skit with the guy from Detroiters who hosts the little boy muscle
Oh
contest.
yeah.
They wear the little muscle.
Yeah. That's funny.
That is hands down one of the weirdest skits.
Very, very uncomfortable.
It's so weird. It's like they have these like little muscle suits. It's
God.
so fucking bizarre. But that's where I'm like, what? Who are these little shits? Why are they a thing?
Oh.
How'd they get the job?
Elon, they just knew Elon. He
Yeah,
brought him in when he
in
redid
Reddit?
Twitter. He brought him in when they redid Twitter, and he liked what they did. They fired a bunch of people. They were good at it.
Oh, those were the what are they called that the immigrants under that status where it was like A1.
Oh yeah, there's some of that, but these are
No,
all like
these are not those people who went Twitter. They would have been like 14 when he bought Twitter.
Yeah.
Like these are like teenagers. Like
yeah.
what did he do? He went to like a video game competition and just said, which one has some are Nazis and like four fans. He's like, come with me.
Yeah.
Like, how do you get that gig? Why is this a thing? Did they just hire them or they had them waiting before the election? You know, like, all right.
Yeah.
I think we're gonna wrap this up. I think Joe is gonna cough out a lung. Yeah, he's hit the mute button, but I feel it. I see him coughing, and I'm like, oh my god, just back away. He's like in Texas, but like it's so violent that I'm
shaking the screen.
Yeah, like there's tremors in my house. I have like my foundation's all screwed up now. Yeah, he's doing it again. Like, oh, stop it, Joseph.
All right. I'm winding it down.
All right, we're done. We're done. Things are great. Everything's good.
Everything will be good. We'll be back next week.
Yep. All right. On that note, I'm Rob Israel.
I'm Joseph K.
And you still going on about
that?
Well, thank you for listening to You Still Going On About That. Please like, comment, share, and if you haven't done already, please follow us on Instagram, YSGOAT, Facebook, YSGOAT, and Twitter, YSGOAT. Thank you, and have a great day.